Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pag Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Good morning to you folks. It's Tuesday. It's the 27th day of September. Sunshine expected today. We will be in the upper 60s as a high. And again, tonight's going to be that really chilly night. Not that we're very warm this morning as you wake up, but tomorrow morning going to be even cooler as we get down to the upper 30s as a low and may see the first frost of the year. Forecast is coming your way, but news comes up here first. News time is 6:07 in the morning.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase Week in Kentucky. The nearly 200-mile race starts in Shepherdsville, heads southeast through Springfield, Perryville, and Danville, then to Stanford before it heads north near Frankfort and finishes in Lexington. It's a massive boom for the local economy. Many restaurant owners say this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year for the restaurants, where runners, their teams, and families stop at restaurants to refuel. Many local streets will also be blocked off for the race, and you're asked to use caution as you travel Friday night, with runners on the side of the roads trying to complete that race. Danville County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Jeff Jewell says it's expected around 1,000 people will stop through Danville during the Bourbon Chase race. Lincoln County deputies made an arrest early Monday morning. It happened shortly after midnight when deputies were called to a home on South Old Ottenheim Road in reference to serving an arrest warrant, as well as following up on drug activity complaints there. When they got there, they noticed narcotics usage in plain view, but when they went to arrest the man, he took off on foot. When they searched the home, they found methamphetamine and Suboxone. Then they located another man hiding inside a closet. That man was wanted on 5 felony warrants from multiple counties and was lodged in the Boyle County Jail. More arrests are also expected. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. Among the items on the agenda includes an update from Boyle County Judge Executive Howard Hunt on the Buster Pike Bridge, the Economic Development Corporation's Terry Crowley, and HR Director Steve Griffin, as well as the declaration naming it Homemakers Week. It's open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream on the Boyle County Media YouTube page. It starts today at 9 o'clock in the morning. Tonight's the second political forum of the election season. Tonight, Boyle and Mercer District Judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz will face off in a forum held live at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. That forum will start at 7 o'clock tonight and will be broadcast live on WHIR and WHBN. A Casey County man was arrested after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Sunday night when KSP pulled over a 1999 Chevy Cavalier on Rose Street in Russell County. During the stop, they learned the passenger, 37-year-old Casey County native Patrick Sisko, had a warrant for his arrest. They arrested him, and during that arrest, they found suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Sisko was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky, YMAX.com.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, this message is for you. Congress has passed $80 billion in funding to more than double the size of the IRS. 87,000 new IRS employees means more audits, collections, and penalties. This will make the IRS larger than the Pentagon, State Department, FBI, and Border Control combined. Now is the time to call Civic Tax Relief.
I owe the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Their tax resolution specialists can stop the IRS from taking money out of your paycheck.
With Civic Tax Relief, they were able to save me upwards of $80,000 that I would have had to pay.
For your free tax relief information, call now. 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
800-841-0908.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends at Cowell Collision Center in Danville. They're on Lebanon Road. After wreck, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Cowell Collision Center, Lebanon Road, right here in Danville. Sunny skies, a high up near 69, 70 or so today. A low tonight, 38. Tomorrow, sunshine, 65. Thursday, sunshine, 68. Friday, sunshine, and a high of 71. Right now, it is 6:11 in the morning, 46 degrees. Mathis here in Danville. 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. Joe Show time. Let's rock and let's roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Blow County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR. Alrighty, folks, it's Tuesday. It's September the 27th, and today is National Chocolate Milk Day on the Joe Show. Who doesn't crave a nice, tall glass of cold chocolate milk? Until the 1820s, drinking chocolate was fairly uncommon. No one knew how to produce a smooth chocolate taste in liquid form. It was in 1828, the Van Houten Company in Amsterdam invented the cocoa pressing method. This produced a light, fluffy chocolate powder that could be easily dissolved in water or milk. Today, chocolate milk is a popular beverage for people of all ages. National Chocolate Milk Day on the Joe Show. It's also National Crush a Can Day. This National Day created as a day to remind everyone to do their part in recycling. If you let all the aluminum cans recycled in 2010 end to end, they could circle the earth 169 times. In America, 105,800 cans are recycled every minute. So it's a day to do our part. National Crush a Can Day, a.k.a. Recycling Day. It's also National Chocolate Milk Day on this Tuesday, September the 27th edition of the Joe Show. 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. I'll play this birthday song.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
But the only reason I'm playing it is because this is when I always play it, because I don't have any birthdays today. Which is hard for me to believe that in this county of 30,000 people, not a single person is celebrated on September the 27th.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
238-9447, 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in. And we'd love to have you this morning here on the Joe Show, 238-9447. It is a Tuesday, September the 27th, a typical Tuesday morning show we have lined up for you. Starts off this morning at 7:10 with Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. The Rebels are on bye this week, and so they're not playing anybody on Friday. So we'll have Coach Haddix on to talk about this bye week. That'll be at 7:10. 7:20, County Agents Corner. Not County Agents Corner. 7:20's Danville head football coach Mark Peach. Jumping ahead here. We'll talk Admiral football. Danville is at Bullitt East this Friday. The Chargers versus the Admirals. We'll have that game right here on WHIR and see what's on Coach Peach's mind this morning. 7:40's the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Linda McClanahan will call in this week, and we'll have Linda on this morning at 7:40. In the 8 o'clock hour this morning, 8:10, it's Georgia from the library. 8:20, it's Randy with Randyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts. 8:40 this morning, James the Gardener joins us with gardening tips and gardening with James. And in the 9 o'clock hour, 9:10, Dusty is on here with the Kentucky Music Preview. And at 9:35 this morning, Ann Yeager or Mary Stiff Hamlin will join us with a talk of a lifetime. So that's the rundown of today's show. We'd love to have you on. 238-9447, 238-WHIR. We start off this morning, as we always do, with a look at early morning sports. And here it is. The Cowboys win on Monday Night Football. A Cleveland Browns superstar injured in a vehicle accident, and the Patriots quarterback with a pretty severe ankle sprain. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports. We'll start off for the NFL, where backup quarterback Cooper Rush has been a salve for the Cowboys, but his plays are the most auspicious sign for Dallas to emerge as a potential contender in the NFC. Instead, as the team showed last night in a 23-16 win, it was its ability to correct its mistakes from the first half. Inefficiency in the red zone, penalties dropped, drops and turn those into the reasons they won during the 2.5-year tenure of Mike McCarthy as the team's coach. That hadn't always been the case. We were moving the ball all night, so I think there was a lot of confidence of, hey, we just got to finish when we get down there, said right guard Zach Martin. They did eventually. Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys have won 2 games in a row, the previous coming against the defending AFC champion Bengals, and have slid into second place in the division behind the unbeaten Eagles. The aim now will be for the Cowboys to start games with precision. In first half of last night's game, Dallas failed to convert both of its trips into the red zone, settling for short field goals. They corrected that later on in a 23-16 win. Staying in the NFL, Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett was involved in a single-car accident yesterday, was taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Garrett left practice in his 2021 Porsche and was driving south when the accident occurred. A female passenger also went to the hospital. The car veered off the right side of the road and flipped several times before coming to a rest around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No cause of the crash has been reported. Ohio State Highway Patrol told media that alcohol and drugs were not factors in the crash and that both Garrett and the female passenger were wearing seatbelts. Garrett's injuries were minor. Injuries are not minor for the New England Patriots quarterback Mac Jones. It doesn't look like he'll be suiting up anytime soon for the Patriots. According to the NFL Network, test yesterday confirmed that Jones suffered a, quote, pretty severe high ankle sprain in Sunday's 37-26 loss to the Ravens. The hope is that the Patriots quarterback won't need surgery, but he's reportedly getting a second opinion to determine that. Until then, the timetable of his recovery is uncertain. Mike Girardi of the NFL Network reported that it was feared Jones suffered a significant tear in a tendon or a ligament in his ankle. The injury occurred with just over 2 minutes left in that game. As Jones threw a deep pass, Ravens defensive tackle Calais Campbell landed on the quarterback's left ankle. Jones had to limp off the field. In college news, Jeff Collins is out as Georgia Tech's football coach, fired yesterday in the midst of his 4th season after failing to make headway with a brash plan to turn the Yellow Jackets into a national powerhouse. Collins was officially dumped during a meeting of the Athletic Association Board 2 days after they lost to Central Florida, which left him with a 10-28 record at Georgia Tech. Brent Key, the assistant head coach under Collins, was appointed the interim head coach. Scores from around Major League Baseball yesterday. Your Cincinnati Reds, they lost 8-3. My Atlanta Braves won their 3rd in a row, 8-0 over Washington. Radio Rest Cleveland Guardians, they didn't play. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
At Suttles Tree Care, we salute the beauty of the great outdoors. And for those times when the great outdoors isn't so beautiful, you don't have to worry. At Suttles Tree Care, we do it all. We help protect your trees from damage in high winds and storms, even tree and stump removal, land clearing, brush trimming. Let Suttles Tree Care take a look at your property. If there's a tree that could be a problem, we'll let you know and take care of it before the problem happens. At Suttles Tree Care, you get the best for less. Affordable, expert tree and brush trimming, cabling to reduce stress damage on your tree from high winds, weight from ice and snow, and heavy foliage. We aren't some gypsies from out of town. We're a licensed, insured, locally owned business, a family that's been taking care of your land for over 30 years. The great outdoors. It's beautiful. At Suttles Tree Care, we can help you keep it that way. Visit SuttlesTreeCare.com and let's take care of your trees and property before there's a problem. Suttles Tree Care. Get the best for less.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
My name is Casey Riggs. I'm from Rough River, Kentucky. I've sung all my life, started out in church, of course. From there, I sung any opportunity I could. I come to Studio G to develop my voice and, most importantly, confidence. I'm now part of a group called the Purple Vibes. We sing in local festivals, shows here at Studio G, and without Studio G, I wouldn't have that opportunity.
Studio G is the performing arts place. To learn more, call 859-734-4394. Studio G. The G stands for growth.
It's time once again for the least famous recipe of Danville Hometown Radio Network Lunch in the Office promotion. You can receive up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and free tea delivered to your business on Wednesday, a value of over $150. Drop us a note on our Facebook page at Hometown Live Radio or email us at radio@hometownlive.net why you deserve free Lee's famous recipe chicken for lunch. We announce the winner on Tuesday and deliver it on Wednesday. Don't miss out. Free Lunch in the Office brought to you by Lee's famous recipe of Danville and the Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our good friends hanging out over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's where everyone in the family is certified something to tastify their taste buds. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass, where a great steak truly is just the beginning. Sunshine, a high up near 69, a low tonight 38. Sunshine tomorrow 65, sunshine Thursday 68, sunshine Friday and 71. Should be a great one for us. On Football Friday, Danville is at Bullitt East. Mercer County is at Western Hills. Garrett County is at McCreary Central. So we have 3 away games this week here on the Hometown Radio Network. 238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning. We'd love to have you on the show. 238-9447 as we are just about set to take a look down the birthday timeline to see who's celebrating birthdays out of the celebrity world. Just like locally, I mean, we have nobody on our local birthday list. Even the celebrity list is kind of thin. So maybe September 27th just isn't a popular day for birthdays, I guess. Let's do our birthday party thing. Here's our celebrities having birthdays today. Happy birthday, first of all, to Anna Camp, who's 40. She's an actress from The Mindy Project, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, The Help, and Perfect Harmony. 40 years old today for Anna Camp. Happy 50th birthday today to Gwyneth Paltrow, the actress who has been in Seven, Emma, Sliding Doors, A Perfect Murder, Shakespeare in Love, The Talented Mr. Ripley, Shallow Hal, Glee, the Iron Man series, and Proof. Here's a clip from the movie Proof. Gwyneth Paltrow, 50 years old today. Happy birthday to her.
Now that he's dead, you fly in for the weekend and decide you want to help? You're late. Where have you been? Where were you 5 years ago? You weren't helping then. I was here.
The late Wilford Brimley would have had a birthday today as well. He's the diabetes guy, right? Did all the commercials for the diabetes. He would have been 88 years old. The Waltons, the China Syndrome, the Natural, Cocoon, and the Firm. The late Wilford Brimley would have been 88 years old today. In the music world, Avril Lavigne is 39. She had a really popular song back when I was in middle school called Complicated. She's 39 years old today. Lil Wayne is 41. He was born Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. We know him as Lil Wayne, 41 years old today. The late artist Meatloaf would have had a birthday today. His given name was Michael Lee Aday. He would have been 75 years old today. And founding father Samuel Adams would have had a birthday today as well. A statesman and politician. While his name is used by the Boston Beer Company, he doesn't have any connection to beer. He was a second cousin to fellow founding father President John Adams. So it ran in the family. Independence did in that family. Celebrities having birthdays on this Tuesday, September the 27th.
This day in country music.
Well, it was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1950. Hank Snow was at number 1 on the U.S. country music charts with his song, I'm Moving On, and what a massive hit that was in the country music genre back in 1950. It was on this date, 1994, Timmy McGraw was at number 1 on the country chart with his second album called Not a Moment Too Soon, and it was on this date, that same year, 1994, Brooks and Dunn released their third album called Waiting on Sundown, and that's what's gone on this date, September the 27th, in country music history. Starting off all the way back in 1950, where Hank Snow was a number 1 hit with his song, I'm Moving On.
That big eight-wheeler rolling down the track means a true loving daddy ain't coming back.
How big of a song was this? Well, it stayed at number 1 for 21 weeks for Hank Snow. Wow. Was the first of 7 number 1 Billboard hits for Snow throughout his entire career. Hank Snow on this date, 1950, was at number 1 on the country charts with his song, I'm Moving On.
Oh, hear my song. You had the laugh on me, so I've set you free and I'm moving on.
It was on this day, country music history in the year 1994. Tim McGraw was at number 1 on the country chart with his second album, an album called Not a Moment Too Soon. It was a big-time album for Tim McGraw.
I'm an Indian outlaw.
Had this song on it, Indian Outlaw, spent 29 weeks at number 1. It became Billboard's best-selling country album of 1994. And the ACM, which is the Academy of Country Music, also named it the Album of the Year in 1994. On this date, 1994, Tim McGraw at number 1 with this album.
I'll be beating on my tom-tom, pull out the pipe and smoke you some, hey, and pass it around, 'cause I'm an Indian outlaw. Half Cherokee and Choctaw, my baby, she's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind.
It was on this day, country music history, in that same year, 1994, Brooks and Dunn released their third studio album, an album called Waitin' on Sundown. That album would produce 3 number 1 country hits, like this one. She's Not the Cheatin' Kind. The album also became the duo's first ever number 1 album. On this date, 1994, Brooks and Dunn released a big-time album in their career, Waitin' on Sundown.
She's not the cheating kind. She's been cheated one too many times.
Brooks and Dunn, Tim McGraw, and Hank Snow have all made their mark on this date, September the 27th, in country music history. Coming up in the next 90 seconds, our K&N Bottom Hour News is coming at you. We'll have local news. We'll also take a look at some of the funniest jokes from last night's late night shows and Silliness at Sunrise, along with Larry Vaught and Vaught's Views over the next half hour right here on The Joe Show on WHIR.
One of the most trusted names in jewelry is B&L Jewelers. For years, we've been helping you and your neighbors say, I love you, happy anniversary, even here's something just because.
Tell her you love her with a diamond from B&L Diamond Jewelers. Make her stop and think of the love you both share. Nothing allows you to celebrate the special moments in life like a diamond. Diamonds are the only gift in the whole world that will never fade away with time. They will not rust away and does not require any special care to maintain its brilliant beauty. Diamonds are forever, and 30 years from now, she will still remember that moment when you gave her that diamond. No other gift can keep giving like a diamond for years to come.
Stop in for a free jewelry cleaning and inspection and say hello. Love gets better at B&L Jewelers, located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
This is Jesse Johnson, Senior Vice President of Whitaker Bank's newest branch, located in downtown Danville at 218 West Main Street. Whatever your banking needs, Whitaker Bank is here to help. Give us a call at 859-236-9822 to discuss your options and let us put our experience and customer service to work. We look forward to speaking with you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A man many say was among the first of the school shooters, 39-year-old Michael Carneal, is going to be remaining in prison.
It is the decision of the parole board today to allow you to serve out the remainder of your sentence. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Carneal has been in prison since his 1997 shooting spree at a school in the Paducah area. Jamie Mills is the assistant McCracken County Commonwealth's attorney. He tells WKYT-TV Carneal's talking of how he still hears voices made the parole board's decision rather easy.
I think after he testified, I think most anybody would be skeptical about his remorse about what he did and also his plan going forward to try to be successful.
Senator Rand Paul wants to redistribute COVID-19 relief funds towards disaster recovery efforts. Paul introduced a bill yesterday called the Prioritizing Disaster Relief Bill, which would use funding for a so-called better purpose. Paul has been openly critical about the handling of the COVID pandemic and has recently been taking aim at Dr. Fauci and Jefferson County's mask mandate in schools. There are currently no co-sponsors for the proposal, and Paul is asking his colleagues for help. Kentucky has its first black woman as a Commonwealth's attorney. Governor Andy Beshear yesterday announcing Kimberly Baird is going to serve in the role for Fayette County. Baird will take over the position on Saturday, replacing her predecessor, Luana Redcorn, who is retiring. Baird has over a quarter century of experience as a prosecutor and says she is grateful and honored to be appointed. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
It's Chastity at ADA Heating and Air. Contacting us just got easier. Check us out online at adaheatingandair.com to get information on services and products we offer, schedule service, set up an estimate. You can even fill out a credit application for financing and let us know how we did with our satisfaction survey. Call us at 859-519-6382.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
Do you own a business? If so, save money and time with Farmers National Bank's free business checking. You receive 1,000 free monthly transaction items, free online banking, free bill pay, free e-statements. Plus, you get a free gift at account opening. Call us at 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our convenient locations for assistance. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. $50 minimum deposit at account opening. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening celebration of Nesco Resources' first year to new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers. 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105. Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's Bourbon Chase Week in Kentucky. The nearly 200-mile race starts in Shepherdsville, heads southeast through Springfield, Perryville, and Danville, then to Stanford before it heads north near Frankfort and finishes in Lexington. It's a massive boom for the local economy. Many restaurant owners say this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year for the restaurants, where runners, their teams, and families stop at restaurants to refuel. Many local streets will also be blocked off for the race, and you're asked to use caution as you travel Friday night, with runners on the side of the roads trying to complete that race. Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Jeff Jewell says it's expected around 1,000 people will stop through Danville during the Bourbon Chase race. Lincoln County deputies made an arrest early Monday morning. It happened shortly after midnight when deputies were called to a home on South Old Ottenheim Road in reference to serving an arrest warrant, as well as following up on drug activity complaints there. When they got there, they noticed narcotics usage in plain view, but when they went to arrest the man, he took off on foot. When they searched the home, they found methamphetamine and Suboxone. Then they located another man hiding inside a closet. That man was wanted on 5 felony warrants from multiple counties and was lodged in the Boyle County Jail. More arrests are also expected. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. Among the items on the agenda includes an update from Boyle County Judge Executive Howard Hunt on the Buster Pike Bridge, the Economic Development Corporation's Terry Crowley, and HR Director Steve Griffin, as well as the declaration naming it Homemakers Week. It's open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream on the Boyle County Media YouTube page. It starts today at 9 o'clock in the morning. Tonight's the second political forum of the election season. Tonight, Boyle and Mercer District Judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz will face off in a forum held live at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. That forum will start at 7 o'clock tonight and will be broadcast live on WHIR and WHBN. A Casey County man was arrested after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Sunday night when KSP pulled over a 1999 Chevy Cavalier on Rose Street in Russell County. During the stop, they learned the passenger, 37-year-old Casey County native Patrick Sisko, had a warrant for his arrest. They arrested him, and during that arrest, they found suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Sisko was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both. Competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Oh, it is so true. A nasty car don't run good. You want to make sure you get your car running great by looking great. Go to Thoroughbred Car Wash off Perryville Road, Danville. Your car will love you for it. Nothing better than a clean car from Thoroughbred Car Wash, Danville.
At the car wash. Working at the car wash, yeah.
That's Thoroughbred Car Wash in the Big Lot Shopping Center.
It's time once again for the least famous recipe of Danville Hometown Radio Network Lunch in the Office promotion. You can receive up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and free tea delivered to your business on Wednesday, a value of over $150. Drop us a note on our Facebook page at Hometown Live Radio or email us at radio@hometownlive.net why you deserve free least famous recipe chicken for lunch. We announce the winner on Tuesday and deliver it on Wednesday. Don't miss out. Free Lunch in the Office brought to you by least famous recipe of Danville and the Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends at Central Kentucky Mulch and Stone, your landscaping supplier for designer and construction gravel, cut stones, color mulches, straw blankets, landscape fabric. They're on Daveco Drive. They're off the Danville Bypass, just south of Stewart Powell Ford, and they're online, ckymulchandstone.com. Sunshine, a high up near 70. A low tonight, 38. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 65. Sunshine Thursday, 68. Sunshine Friday, and 71. Right now, it's 6:39 in the morning, 45 degrees right here in Danville. Larry Vought's got Vought's Views for us. What's going on, Larry?
Vought's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Count me as one thrilled to see that Tennessee is going to retire the jersey of former Kentucky Mr. Basketball Chris Lofton of Mason County, who had a sensational career for the Vols. Lofton will join Tennessee greats Bernard King, Ernie Grunfeld, Allen Houston, and Dale Ellis as the only players to have a jersey retired. Lofton earned AP All-American honors during his sophomore, junior, and senior seasons at Tennessee and was named the 2007 SEC Player of the Year when he led the league in scoring. He scored 2,131 career points during his 4 seasons as a Vol, a mark that still stands as the 4th most in program history. It's also fitting that Tennessee is going to retire the jersey on January 14th when the Vols host Kentucky. Lofton led Mason County to 1 state high school championship and got his team into the state championship game again as a senior. He was a prolific scorer and did all the little things to help his team win.
Vought's Views will return in a moment.
There's no better place than the Bluegrass State to enjoy fall. And Kentucky's 45 state parks offer wide open spaces to play and stay, including cottages and lakeside campgrounds. Plus, you can tee up at 13 nationally recognized golf courses, nestled in beautiful surroundings. Plan your fall getaway today at park.ky.gov.
Yet for reasons I will never understand, both Kentucky and Louisville basically ignored Chris Lofton and let him go to Tennessee, where he became one of the most prolific three-point shooters in NCAA history, despite being diagnosed with cancer and needing radiation treatments during his senior season. He finished with 431 career three-pointers and had over 100 each in his last 3 seasons. Kentucky's loss was Tennessee's gain, and no one deserves to have a jersey retired more than Chris Lofton.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Von Vought's News, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show at this time. 238-WHIR is the phone number to call in, 238-9447. You know, Tropical Storm Ian is going to become Hurricane Ian as it makes its way into Florida, and there is a threat in Florida of what that's going to do. And we know that during hurricanes, newscasts and newscasters and news channels like to send reporters onto the scene, on the grounds there during the hurricanes to be able to report live from what it looks like there as the hurricane comes in. Well, because of that, even more newscasts are getting involved, the news channels. So they're looking for people to go down there and report live in their Hurricane Ian coverage and be trained. And they can train you very quickly to do this at what's called the Weather Person Institute. Check this commercial out.
Hurricane season is underway, but it's still not too late for you to train as a professional hurricane weather person at the Hurricane Weather Person Training Institute. At the Hurricane Weather Person Training Institution's 150 locations in the hurricane belt, you'll learn how to stand out in the wind and talk loudly.
It's Chuck Snow reporting live, and I haven't seen rain like this in years.
You'll learn to stand out in the wind and rain and talk even louder.
Chuck Snow here again. Heavy rain now, and the winds are billowing.
Finally, you'll learn to stand out in an incredibly large amount of wind and rain at hurricane forces and scream so hard you probably won't even be heard as you're blown off your feet, never to be seen again.
This is Chuck Storm here once more. This is the kind of storm that probably sunk the Titanic. Somebody call my mother.
The Hurricane Weather Person Training Institute. Call to enroll now.
Hurricane. So like even to hear old Chuck Snow, the Weather Person Institute. Call now if you want to be involved in that. Let's see what's going on in this morning's World of Good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are. I'm right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Floyd Kramer. Tickle those ivories, Floyd. Tickle them now. Come on. Little good news action for you. Here we go. Story number 1. Disabled Denver veteran John Frank was featured on local news after a landscaper took nearly $5,000 from him to redo his yard and then disappeared and never showed back up. Local landscaper Hector Alderete saw the story, and he and his crews volunteered to help. They removed tree stumps, they leveled the ground, and they laid 50 tons of rock. In the end, Hector and his crew did around a $17,000 job completely free of charge. But he claims it's not about the money. It was more about the story of John Frank. Here's Hector Alderete saying that he feels good to help someone.
Any little bit of help that you could help somebody out makes a big difference for somebody else. You just don't see, you just don't know. Sometimes you just help somebody out and it just feels good to do it.
Yeah, it's an awesome story. Thank you, Hector. Story number 2. 4 sisters from Wisconsin broke a world record for the highest combined age of 4 living siblings, 389 years old. The younger sister is 93. She's the youngest. The oldest is 101. Got good genes. Number 3, an art museum in Germany is planning a big Dracula exhibit, and they came up with a fun way to do a little good at the same time. They're partnering with the Red Cross and doing on-site blood donations for a Dracula exhibit. Okay, I like it. Number 4, a 21-year-old in Tennessee named Ashton Gilbert has autism, but he didn't let it stop him from starting his own business during the pandemic. He and his mom noticed cardboard piling up once people started ordering everything online, so they opened a recycling service called Unboxed. He's now doing it full-time and living independently for the first time ever. He's helped recycle about 40 tons of cardboard so far, with plans to expand it. The good news, a veteran being helped out by a landscaping company, cardboard, and Dracula-themed blood drives. That's what's going on in the world of good. It's 7:15, which means NASCAR news comes your way in 60 seconds right here on The Joe Show. We also give you the best jokes from late-night television last night. We'll give you Rick Dees in this Plunder the App segment, and we'll give you the best stand-up comedy in the Country Comic Spotlight right here on The Joe Show on WHIR 103.9 FM and AM 1230.
Let's keep it clean.
No need to worry where you could dispose of your deep fryer cooking oil. Used cooking oil is accepted at Ghost Pike Convenience Center for all Boyle County residents. Waste cooking oil collected is recycled into biodiesel fuel. The Ghost Pike Convenience Center is open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for a new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and More than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646, and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
Reddick survives to win at Texas.
It was a huge sense of relief for sure.
It was a sloppy race for everybody.
I was able to win a stage and pretty wild night.
Wins are cool, but really for me it's the memories that we're making.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? If you're a homeowner, now is the perfect time to get cash out while homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value. You can buy an investment property, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or more, now is the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to use your savings. Call New American Funding now and see how much cash out you can get. Call 800-841-7189. 800-841-7189. 800-841-7189. That's 800-841-7189. NMLS 6606. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. This is not an offer or commitment to lend. Subject to borrower and property qualifications. Not all borrowers will qualify. Terms and conditions apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Setting a record for cautions and cars hitting the wall at Texas Motor Speedway, somehow Tyler Reddick survived the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500 to capture his third win of the season. I asked him afterwards what he was feeling as he took the checkered flag with a bad tire vibration.
It was a huge sense of relief for sure. To finally cross the line and know that we finished the race and, you know, that vibration wasn't really anything was a huge sense of relief for us because every time, like I said, it just seems like every time we've been fast, we've had something go wrong, we've had a failure. And after a while, it's definitely frustrating. So I was definitely concerned, but we made it.
Unfortunately, the victory came a little too late for Reddick, who was knocked out of the playoff last week at Bristol. Joey Logano, in the meantime, has now gone to the top of the championship standings and thought he was lucky to be the Texas runner-up.
Yeah, it was a sloppy race for everybody, for everyone on the track, and we were just able to position ourselves there good at the end.
Justin Haley wound up third, and coming home fourth was playoff driver Ryan Blaney.
I was able to win a stage and clawed our way back from pretty far back in the pack there the last run to get to fourth. So pretty wild night. Luckily, we were able to put together a solid race.
Among the title contenders wrecking and failing to finish were Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell, who now knows he faces an uphill battle to make it out of round two.
Talladega, I guess we're going to go roll the dice, and then Roval, I think we'll be all right. Road courses haven't been our strength, but we've been good at a couple of them. I don't know if we're going to be able to dig out of this points hole, but we're going to give it our best.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget, unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports! sports.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
In Texas, Noah Gragson captured his fourth consecutive win, tying the Xfinity Series record set by the great Sam Ard way back in 1983. Winning is important, but for Gragson, it's all about building memories in his last season with Junior Motorsports before moving up to Cup.
Kind of sad that it's coming to an end just because I love everybody over there. They mean so much to me, but extremely grateful to be making these memories and can't wait to try and keep it going these next 6 weeks.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers.
Stock number NC00353, MSRP 27925. Sales price $23,011. Stock number NC07891, MSRP 28940. Sales price $27,440. All incentives to dealer. 0% APR financing for 84 months on approved credit at $11.90 per month per $1,000 finance with $0 down plus tax title license. See dealer for details. Ends 5/31/21.
Introducing the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi lineup. You'll be amazed at the body, style, technology, and performance. And right now you can get the 2022 Outlander for only $349 per month. Don Franklin Mitsubishi in Nicholasville. Let us reintroduce you to the all-new Mitsubishi. Don Franklin, Nicholasville, Mitsubishi.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our Nutrigold line of certified, clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. Nutrigold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening celebration of Nesco Resources' first year at their new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers. 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. Danville is at Bullitt East, 7:30 kickoff. A game you'll have on 103.9 FM WHIR. Garrett County's at McCurry Central, 7:30 kickoff on HometownLive.net. And Mercer County at Western Hills, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. Saturday, the Cats are at Ole Miss. That's a 12 noon kickoff, 10 o'clock pregame on Z105. And all games live online at HometownLive.net.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. From 6-week certificates to 2- or 4-year degrees. There's an option for you. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings, 10 to 1 on WHIR.
Hey, 6:53 in the morning, but this is not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to be giving you a weather forecast. Let's give you the weather here just very quickly, very briefly.
Report is brought to you by...
Thank you there, Rebecca. Brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop, top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at 315 Dillahay Street. That's 315 Dillahay. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299, 236-2299, Danville Auto Body Shop. You get sunshine, a high today up near 70, a low of 38 tonight. Yes, 38's the low tonight. Tomorrow, sunshine, 65 and 42. Sunny on Thursday, high of 68. Right now, it's 6:54 in the morning. It's 45 degrees here in Danville. 238-9447 to call in this morning, 238-WHIR. We start you off this morning with a look at what app we should download in Rick D's Planet of the Apps.
Welcome to the Planet of the Apps. Well, how about this? You know, editing photos doesn't have to require laborious working and tinkering and all that. You just download Afterlight, the photo editor that really is the best I've seen. Afterlight is the perfect image editing app for quick and straightforward editing. Simple design paired with powerful, snappy tools. Adjust exposure, your contrast, your sharpness. You can do raw image support, dozens of filters, dust effects, light leaks, everything. It takes your photos and makes them perfect. And isn't that what you want? Get it. Download it. Afterlight. It's free. AFTERLIGHT, Afterlight Photo Editor, does everything. You'll thank me for it. It's Rick Dees and this molten magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
Hey there, Rick Dees, the Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays. And the Joe Show at this time leads us into the Country Comic Spotlight, where last night, NBC's Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon joking about a nationwide butter shortage. That's not good.
I heard that grocery prices are skyrocketing due to a nationwide butter shortage. Ooh. It's bad. At CVS, they moved the Land O'Lakes behind a locked display case.
Jimmy also joking about Rihanna doing the Super Bowl halftime show. That was announced this week.
Well, everybody is talking about this. Rihanna just announced that she is headlining the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. Rihanna! But it's Rihanna, so she was like, wow, this is one of the top 10 honors of my week.
Yeah, a billionaire. She's got enough honors in her life, but she is doing the halftime show. James Corden joking about President Joe Biden, who has released new transparency of airlines, new airline transparency rules.
And today, President Biden announced new transparency rules for airline fees. Under the proposal, airlines and travel sites would have to disclose all fees upfront at the first time an airfare is displayed. It's all part of Biden's new Things Dads Complain About initiative.
James Corden. We also had Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon in this morning's Silliness at Sunrise. And the best joke from a stand-up comedian comes from Brian Bates. Brian Bates, who talks about Jesus as a teenager and how there's not a whole lot of historical information on what Jesus did and how he acted as a teenager. And there's Brian Bates talking about that in the Country Comic Spotlight.
I cannot run a marathon. I am very out of shape. My biggest hobby is watching television. All right. Found my soulmate. I was watching the History Channel the other night, and they were talking about the life of Christ. And then they said that we know nothing about Jesus' teenage years, and they were speculating why that was. I think I know. I think Jesus was probably just a typical 16-year-old know-it-all. Think about it. All teenagers think they know it all, but he really did? That could not have been easy. He's probably at the family reunion. Doesn't even want to be there. His uncle comes up to him. Dang, Jesus, you're getting big, boy. How old are you now? And Jesus is like, oh, I don't know. Here's a clue. What year is it? My favorite part about that is some of y'all didn't get that. And
Brian Bates in the Country Comic Spotlight this morning in Silliness at Sunrise, along with Rick Dees and the Planet of the Apps and the best jokes from late night television last night. Hey, very quickly, I want to remind you to get online, get on your phone, get on the computer, and go to Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. I know Coach Pitt on bus number 121. He does this every morning. And I want to let you know that through 2 weeks of this game, I've already won twice. I won free breakfast for a year 2 weeks ago, and I won a free coffee or a free frosty vanilla chino as an instant offer last week. So if you've been playing along with me over the first 2 weeks of this game and you don't think you've won, well, I would encourage you check your email, because that's the way they notify you if you've won. You got to check your email to make sure. Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. They're giving away over 1,000 winners of free breakfast for a year. They're also giving away $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards to one lucky grand prize winner, and all you have to do is register online, Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com, and get your email in there. And when you do, a game board's going to pop up there on your screen, and it's going to automatically overturn 3 game tiles. If at any point in the week you match 3 of the same tiles, then you win free breakfast for a year from Wendy's. The local Wendy's here in Danville and Harrodsburg and Stanford are all participating in this. It's Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. 7 o'clock in the morning, top hour news is right now.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock. NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Powerful Hurricane Ian has made landfall in Cuba as it moves closer to the U.S., Rory O'Neill reports.
The National Hurricane Center says the center of Ian made landfall in the Pinar del Rio province in far western Cuba early this morning. When it struck, the storm had maximum sustained winds of 125 miles per hour, making it a Category 3 system. Forecasters say Ian is on track to hit Florida's west coast later in the week near Tampa Bay, where it will stall out, likely causing widespread flooding across much of the state.
Unexplained leaks in undersea Russian gas pipelines are causing issues for European countries. Denmark has restricted shipping within a 5 nautical mile radius. The leaks may hurt efforts to restart the pipelines after Russia suspended gas flows to Europe in August. Vice President Harris is in Japan today. She's leading a delegation to the state funeral of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Trey Thomas with more.
Abe died in July after being shot at a campaign rally. The funeral is set to take place in Tokyo. The vice president is also holding talks with several world leaders while in Japan, meeting overnight with current Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. She's also scheduled to travel to the demilitarized zone in South Korea later this week.
A government shutdown continues to loom over Congress. Government funding dries up on Friday. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is trying to lead the passage of a short-term funding bill, but lawmakers will still have several hurdles to clear. The New York Giants are no longer undefeated. The Dallas Cowboys knocked off the Giants 23-16 on Monday Night Football last night. New York had a chance to tie the game late in the fourth quarter, but quarterback Daniel Jones threw an interception to end the game. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio. Prison inmates in Alabama are on strike. Inmates at all of Alabama's major prisons refused to work Monday morning as demonstrators gathered outside the Department of Corrections central office in Montgomery. Protesters presented a list of demands to end what they call inhumane treatment of the nearly 20,000 people imprisoned in Alabama. They want a repeal of the state's habitual offender law and more oversight of the Bureau of Prisons and Paroles. Court records are showing that the Attorney General of Texas fled his home Monday to avoid being served a subpoena. Trey Thomas reports.
Ken Paxton left in a truck driven by his wife, State Senator Angela Paxton. He was in the process of being served for a federal court hearing on Tuesday in a lawsuit over funding for abortions. Paxton has also been under indictment for alleged securities fraud for 7 years. I'm Trey Thomas.
Starbucks says it is ready to start contract negotiations at hundreds of. President Biden is calling on oil and gas companies to bring down prices at the pump. More from Mark Mayfield.
During a meeting Monday with the White House Competition Council, Biden said oil prices worldwide have dropped, but lower prices aren't being reflected at gas stations. He urged those setting prices to bring them down now. The president said oil companies are making record profits while the public is having to pay more as part of the inflation. The current average for a gallon of gas was $3.72 on Monday. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Prison inmates in Alabama are on strike. Inmates at all of Alabama's major prisons refused to work Monday morning as demonstrators gathered outside the Department of Corrections central office in Montgomery. Protesters presented a list of demands to end what they call inhumane treatment of the nearly 20,000 people imprisoned in Alabama. They want a repeal of the state's habitual offender law and more oversight of the Bureau of Prisons and Paroles. Court records are showing that the Attorney General of Texas fled his home Monday to avoid being served a subpoena. Trey Thomas reports.
Ken Paxton left in a truck driven by his wife, State Senator Angela Paxton. He was in the process of being served for a federal court hearing on Tuesday in a lawsuit over funding for abortions. Paxton has also been under indictment for alleged securities fraud for 7 years. I'm Trey Thomas.
Starbucks says it is ready to start contract negotiations at hundreds of U.S. stores next month. The latest from Brad Ford.
Starbucks has sent letters to 238 stores with a proposed 3-week window in October to start negotiations. All of those stores have voted to unionize this year in elections certified by the National Labor Relations Board. The stores are located in 36 states. Starbucks says they look forward to negotiations. Union officials are more skeptical. Starbucks has opposed unionization of its over 9,000 company-owned stores in the U.S.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
At Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. Your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stewart Powell, we make it easy. Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stewartpowell.com.
What benefits do you get from working at McDonald's? Well, you probably guessed you get free meals and snacks during your work shifts. But listen to this. Weekly pay, paid time off, a matching 401k beginning in 2023, tuition assistance, manager bonuses, yearly raises, sign-on bonuses, and dental, vision, and health insurance. McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg. Apply right now in person or online at McDonald's.com. Locally owned, locally operated, and staffed by local people with great benefits. McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening, celebration of Nesco Resources' first year to new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers, 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
You've done the research, invested the money, and bought a new vehicle. Don't stop there. Now protected with the Line-X bed liner and Value Guard undercoating. This is Tim with your locally owned Line-X of Danville at 935 Stanford Road. Stop by or call us at 859-209-4033 and ask how we can protect your new purchase.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It's September the 27th at 7:07 in the morning. Clear skies and 45 degrees is your high. Forecast is coming your way. 45 degrees is not your high. The high is 69. It's 45 degrees right now. So we do get warmer, but it's a little bit chilly, even chillier tomorrow morning when you wake up. We'll let you know that forecast coming up. But first, news. WHIR Joe Show News Time is 7:07 on this Tuesday morning.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase Week in Kentucky. The nearly 200-mile race starts in Shepherdsville, heads southeast through Springfield, Perryville, and Danville, then to Stanford before it heads north near Frankfort and finishes in Lexington. It's a massive boom for the local economy. Many restaurant owners say this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year for the restaurants, where runners, their teams, and families stop at restaurants to refuel. Many local streets will also be blocked off for the race, and you're asked to use caution as you travel Friday night, with runners on the side of the roads trying to complete that race. Danville-Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Jeff Jewell says it's expected around 1,000 people will stop through Danville during the Bourbon Chase race. Lincoln County deputies made an arrest early Monday morning. It happened shortly after midnight when deputies were called to a home on South Old Ottenheim Road in reference to serving an arrest warrant, as well as following up on drug activity complaints there. When they got there, they noticed narcotics usage in plain view, but when they went to arrest the man, he took off on foot. When they searched the home, they found methamphetamine and Suboxone. Then they located another man hiding inside a closet. That man was wanted on 5 felony warrants from multiple counties and was lodged in the Boyle County Jail. More arrests are also expected. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. Among the items on the agenda includes an update from Boyle County Judge Executive Howard Hunt on the Buster Pike Bridge, the Economic Development Corporation's Terry Crowley, and HR Director Steve Griffin, as well as the declaration naming it Homemakers Week. It's open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream on the Boyle County Media YouTube page. It starts today at 9 o'clock in the morning. Tonight's the second political forum of the election season. Tonight, Boyle and Mercer District Judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz will face off in a forum held live at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. That forum will start at 7 o'clock tonight and will be broadcast live on WHIR and WHBN. A Casey County man was arrested after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Sunday night when KSP pulled over a 1999 Chevy Cavalier on Rose Street in Russell County. During the stop, they learned the passenger, 37-year-old Casey County native Patrick Cisco, had a warrant for his arrest. They arrested him, and during that arrest, they found suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Cisco was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stewartpowell.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
At Subtle Tree Care, we salute the beauty of the great outdoors. And for those times when the great outdoors isn't so beautiful, you don't have to worry. At At Suttles Tree Care, we do it all. We help protect your trees from damage in high winds and storms, even tree and stump removal, land clearing, brush trimming. Let Suttles Tree Care take a look at your property. If there's a tree that could be a problem, we'll let you know and take care of it before the problem happens. At Suttles Tree Care, you get the best for less. Affordable, expert tree and brush trimming, cabling to reduce stress damage on your tree from high winds, weight from ice and snow, and heavy foliage. We aren't some gypsies from out of town. We're a licensed, insured, locally owned business, a family that's been taking care of your land for over 30 years. The great outdoors. It's beautiful. At Suttles Tree Care, we can help you keep it that way. Visit SuttlesTreeCare.com and let's take care of your trees and property before there's a problem. Suttles Tree Care. Get the best for less.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Call Mark or Chris for a free quote at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunshine, a high up near 70, a low of 38. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 65. Sunshine Thursday, and a high of 68. Football Friday, the Rebels are off this Friday, but good weather, mostly sunny, high of 71. It's 7:11 in the morning right now. We're talking Rebel football with Boyle County head coach Justin Haddix.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
And we welcome onto the show Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Coach. Appreciate you being on this morning and talking a little Rebel football. You all do have a bye week this week, so you do not play, Coach. So you come into the bye week. You are 6 games into the season. You're 6-0. Your offense has looked great. Your defense has looked great, Coach. But we know that from a coaching perspective, there's still things that you think the Rebels need to work on. So what are you seeing, Coach? What do you think that your Boyle County team needs to work on this week during the bye week?
You know, there's all kinds of things we got to work on and really focus on us. We're doing a lot of self-scouting and correcting mistakes that we've made the first 6 weeks. Just getting ready, prepared for a district play. Obviously, Lexington Catholic's the next game, so we kind of get a little head start on them as far as preparations of installs and what we want. So, you know, it's going to be we got to have a great week and get ready. You get better or get worse, so we want to try to get better.
There are different, strategies into where you place the bye. Some coaches like it right in the middle of the season. Some coaches like it before district play. Some coaches have seen it after district play with like 1 game left in the season. So, Coach, do you like it right here, right before you start district play? Is this ideal for you?
I do. I like it right where we're at. So, you know, it's kind of, for us, I like it right before district play, kind of get you started. Hey, that was the preseason, you know, which with RPI, everything matters now, too. So, a lot of times before it, nothing mattered except your district play, you know, whatever your record was. But with RPI and home playoffs and all this, every game matters. So you can't really say that. But it was, hey, we go 6 straight weeks of hard, playing really tough teams. And you know, if you look at our schedule, a lot of our teams were 5 and 6A. And, you know, now we're getting our district play, and then we get to finish with a non-district, and then, you know, playoff time.
Coach, as a player, I never played high school football. You did. So as a player and as a coach, does it feel like on your bye week, though, like the next time you take the field that it's been forever since you played a game, even though it's been 2 weeks? I love football. I'm a huge football fan. I love watching the Atlanta Falcons. Sometimes I wish they weren't playing. But it seems like when they have a bye week, it's forever. That week just drags on. When am I ever going to be able to watch football again? Does it feel like that as a coach and a player?
It does. You know, when you look at it, football is so different than a lot of the other sports. You know, you may play 2 or 3 times a week, and you may do this, you don't practice. You know, we practice 5 days, 6 days to get ready for that one game. And we talk about every play is important, everything matters. So, you know, that makes it more emphasis on it. And, you know, it's a lot of hard work.
Coach, what do you work on in practice today?
I want to give a shout-out to Travis and Chelsea Burns. They had their first child this morning, Nora Renee Burns.
Great, cool.
A little girl, and everybody is healthy, and he's our defensive coordinator, and Chelsea is a former Rebel also and coaches soccer. So I want to give them a shout-out this morning. So usually defense is on Tuesday, but we're going to do offense today.
Yes.
Because he's enjoying his baby come early this morning. So very, very proud of them, and everybody's healthy. So, I want to give a huge shout-out to them, another little future Rebel.
Yes, love to hear that. Coach, speaking of future Rebels, I think I saw you were at Woodlawn yesterday, right? Were you able to speak to some of those kids?
Yes, Miss Pearson asked me to do a little motivation on Monday, and I was able to give a little talk this morning to him. Very thankful to be able to do that. But, my kids go to school there, so being able to get out in the schools and see them and being able to talk to them was great.
Awesome stuff. We love it, Coach. Appreciate you being on. Good luck with practice today, and glad to hear the great news about a healthy baby for your for Coach Burns, defensive coordinator. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, defensive coordinator, and great news there. Coach, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Go Rebels.
Yes, sir. That's Boyle County head football coach Justin Hammocks. We're talking Admiral football coming up in just about 3 minutes with Danville head football coach Mark Peach. But first, it's sports, brought to you by Stewart Powell Ford.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stewartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda, 225 South Danville Bypass. Ford has opened the order bank back up, and you can custom order your Ford today and receive an additional $1,000 discount on all retail orders. Stop in and see how we make it easy.
Hi, this is Patty Powell. Make it easy on yourself and visit us today and see why it's an easy thing to do business with us at Stewart Powell Ford Mazda in Danville, or visit our website, stewartpowell.com.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. For the first time since 1977, Kentucky football has a number 7 ranking. The Cats are 7th in the writers' poll and 8th in the coaches' rankings this week. In the AP Top 25, Georgia remains number 1 with Alabama 2nd. Other SEC schools are Kentucky at 7, Tennessee 8th, Ole Miss 14th, Texas A&M 17th, and Arkansas is 20th. Ohio State is 3rd, Michigan 4th, Clemson 5th, and Southern Cal is 6th. Kentucky is at Mississippi this Saturday at noon on Z105. Boyle County continues to lead Class 4A and is back up to 3rd statewide, and Dave Cantrell's rating the state and high school football in the Herald Leader. 6A leader St. X is 1st overall, with 5A leader Frederick Douglass 2nd statewide. Pikeville is 1st in 1A. Beechwood is on top of 2A, and Christian Academy of Louisville leads 3A. Among area schools, Danville is 5th in 2A, Mercer County is 9th, Casey County 14th, and Garrett County 26th in 3A, and Lincoln County is 14th, and Anderson County 35th in 4A. Last night in the NFL, Dallas defeated New York 23-16. Both the Cowboys and Giants are now 2-1. After 3 weeks, just 2 teams remain unbeaten, the Dolphins and the Eagles, while 2 teams are winless, the Raiders and the Texans. Just 4 games were on Monday's baseball schedule. Braves shut out the Nationals 8-0 and trailed the Mets by 1 full game in the NL East. Pirates beat the Reds 8-3. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Isaiah House provides holistic substance abuse treatment to help recovering addicts achieve sobriety for a lifetime.
You're looking for treatment, if you're looking for help out there, and you're a woman, you can't do it by yourself. They will welcome you in with open arms and open hands right where you're at.
Kentucky Medicaid accepted for treatment. Call Isaiah House Treatment Center today, 859-375-9200. Isaiah House Treatment Center, real hope for addiction.
Suttles Tree Care, located in Harrodsburg, specializes in tree removal, tree trimming, shaping, stump removal, anything you need for your trees. Suttles Tree Care can be there for you. Suttles Tree Care does residential and commercial lots too. When unexpected storms happen, Suttles Tree Care will be there to help. Suttles Tree Care is over 30 years experience, licensed, bonded, and insured. Contact Suttles Tree Care right now to schedule your free estimate at 325-3727 or 612-2445. No tree is too big or small for Suttles Tree Care.
Dunn's Barbecue and Catering, located in Harrisburg, Kentucky. Here for your affordable catering needs. Ribs, chicken, brisket, as well as our famous pulled pork. All sides homemade. Available for weddings, company picnics, family reunions, or just an old-fashioned pig roast. So call 859-734-3675. That's 859-734-3675. Dunn's Catering and Barbecue. 859-734-3675. I'm Sid Dunn, and like my Uncle Herb always used to say,
it's not barbecue until it's done.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to help you out, give you a free quote, and ask if auto owners make sense for you. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunshine, a high up near 70 today. Hello tonight, 38. Sunshine tomorrow, 65 is the high. Thursday, 68. Football Friday for the 11-time state champion Danville Admiral. Sunshine and a high of 71. Right now it's 7:21 in the morning. It's 45 degrees, and Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance brings you our Danville football coaches interview with Mark Peach.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
Appreciate that. Mark Dexter, we welcome onto the show Mark Peach, the Danville head football coach. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you being on, Coach, and talking a little Admiral football on Tuesdays. We always talk about your defense against the opposing team's offense. And the opposing team this Friday is this big 6A school, Bullitt East, the Chargers. And, Coach, since that season-opening loss where they scored only 16 points, they've won 4 in a row. They put up at least 6 touchdowns in every one of those games. Tell us what you expect to see out of this Bullitt East offense.
Well, they're just a very well-balanced offense between run and pass. They can do both, and there's more than one person that is involved in what they do offensively. Their quarterback, Egan, number 10, does a great job directing their offense. He does it very well, and he's a capable runner himself. But, 23 is the key, one of the big keys for us in terms of he's just a really good runner, good receiver out of the backfield, but they have people they can throw to and 2 and 4 and 20, 88. So they have a good offensive line, so it'll be a challenge for us Friday.
Yeah, going to be a very good team, very good 6A team in Bullitt East, and this is a team that has a massive roster, as we expect 6A schools to have, Coach, so maybe even a benefit for them to be able to rotate more bodies in and out.
They try to two-platoon. Now, some of their key guys will play, both ways, but for the most part, they try to do that. And, they won 9 games last year. They won a playoff game. And, they're in that same district with Mayo. So I think they're looking forward to this crossover possibility for the playoffs. But, they lost to Spencer County the first game of the year. Spencer County has an outstanding football team this year. That was a game that went down to the end that could have gone either way. And since then, they've been on a roll.
Yeah, been in a roll with 4 straight. You mentioned their quarterback, Travis Egan. He has that last name, Egan, and if I am correct on this, his grandfather was the head coach when Danville played Bullitt East in the state championship in '94, a game that Danville won 39-7 over Bullitt East. So he's got the bloodline there for Bullitt East high school football, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, coaching's kind of been in that family, and he's having a great year for him, and just does a really nice job, making decisions. Whether to throw it or not to throw it, how to try and extend plays, just his body language and how he carries himself. So, going to be quite a challenge for us this Friday.
Danville head football coach Mark Peach. Coach, what are you working on in practice today?
Yeah, yesterday was Mondays are a little bit more offense on the install. We'll still hit some offense today, but we'll try and hit a little bit more defense, get into special teams today, and trying to work on that today.
Danville head football coach Mark Peach. The Admirals take on the Bullitt East Chargers Friday night, a game you'll have live right here on your home for Admiral football, 103.9 FM WHIR. Coach, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Thanks, Joe.
Yes,
Have
sir,
a great
Coach.
day.
You too. Bye. That's Danville head football coach Mark Peach. So pretty cool little storyline there, though. Travis Egan, the grandson of Mike Egan. And when Danville won the state championship there in 1994 over Bullitt East, Sam Harp, of course, was the Danville head coach, Coach Harp. And that was the third state championship for Danville in 4 years. They won in 91, 92, and then won in 94. That was a 39-7 win over Bullitt East that day at Cardinal Stadium in Louisville. And they kind of renewed that matchup last year when Bullitt East came to Danville and looked really good last year, that Bullitt East team did. And so now Danville will turn around and go to Bullitt East this year. The coaches' interviews with Coach Haddix and with Coach Peach are brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. It's 7:25 in the morning. It is 45 degrees and chilly here in Danville. When you wake up in the morning, what you need to do is go to Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. If you haven't registered, go ahead and register your name on that website. After you register, you're going to have a game board pop up there where 3 tiles will automatically turn over. If at any point during the week you match 3 of the same tiles, then you win. What do you win? Free breakfast for a year. It's that easy. It's that simple. It requires no effort whatsoever except you going to Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. A new game board resets every week. So on Monday, which is September the 26th, Monday, September 26th, when you log on, there's going to be a brand new game board. You have a fresh week. Again, same rules apply. If at any point that week you match 3 of the same tiles, you win free breakfast for a year. And anybody has a chance to win $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards just for registering for this game. Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. I love it. Go enjoy a breakfast Baconator today and play the Wendy's Breakfast Matching Game.
The new Family Wealth Group in Harrodsburg is now making appointments with you on how to get the most out of your retirement. Call a team member at 859-605-5008.
We're going to open our office in Harrodsburg. Super excited to be in the community that we serve a lot of families in and a lot of companies. Our mission is real simple. It's to help the people in Kentucky.
The new Family Wealth Group is located in Harrodsburg, 125 Collin Drive. Find out more at thefamilywealthgroup.com. Call 859-605-5008. Kentucky retires here.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
All right, 7:28 in the morning. It is breakfast time at Wendy's, the Wendy's Breakfast Matching Game. And I flipped over my game board today. I went to Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. And, of course, I've been registered for a while, so my information's already in there. And today when it flipped over my breakfast tiles, I got a bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant combo meal, a breakfast Baconator, and an oatmeal bar. So I flipped over some tiles yesterday. I did it today as well, so I have 6 tiles flipped over. Right now I have no matches, but you have to match 3 of them to win breakfast for a year. I was talking with someone else who's been playing this game for the past 2 weeks. You heard it here in the show. He's been playing. I texted him this morning. I said, hey, have you won from Wendy's yet? He texted me back and said, yes, he won an instant offer last week for a buy one, get one. So there's instant offers. There's also the bigger prizes like free breakfast for a year. And there's the main grand prize, $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards. Get online, register Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com and see if you can become a winner of free breakfast for a year or possibly $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards. Hey, Queen Elizabeth II died at the age of 96, and apparently it was prophesied centuries ago by Nostradamus. So in 1555, he published a book called Les Prophéties, which is a very hard-to-interpret book. But many people say that he has prophesied a myriad of disastrous events, and Queen Elizabeth's death is apparently one of those things that he's prophesied about. And so there's a way now you can find out the truth about this. Nostradamus can predict your death as well. Here it is with Nostradamus on the Joe Show. If I can get this played. Here we go.
Nostradamus predicted the Queen of England would die. The Queen of England will die. Now, using advanced AI voice technology, Nostradamus can and will forecast your fate.
I called Nostradamus just to find out if I was going to die. He told me.
Yes. Thanks to advanced artificial intelligence, now the world's greatest prognosticator, Nostradamus will predict your final hours.
I was doubtful, so I asked Nostradamus, will I live or die? And he said,
you most surely will die. Don't fear the end. Call Nostradamus and find out today.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Senator Rand Paul wants to redistribute COVID-19 relief funds towards disaster recovery efforts. Paul introduced a bill yesterday called the Prioritizing Disaster Relief Bill, which would use funding for a so-called better purpose. Paul has been openly critical about the handling of the COVID pandemic and has recently been taking aim at Dr. Fauci and Jefferson County's mask mandate in schools. There are currently no co-sponsors for the proposal, and Paul is asking for his colleagues for help.
I couldn't be more pleased today to share our investment of $500,000 into the Rotary's Loan Fund.
Fifth Third Bank's regional president, Kimberly Haubauer, announcing the financial institution's participation in the Louisville Rotary Club's West Louisville Housing Initiative. Rotary Club member Luke Schmidt tells WLKY-TV the program is to assist residents of the neighborhood and give them an opportunity to buy their own homes. The initiative will assist with down payment assistance, financial literacy help, as well as a 3-year home warranty insurance policy. A special reveal of Ford's new Kentucky-made F-Series Super Duty truck comes tonight at 7:15 at Louisville's Churchill Downs. Governor Andy Beshear has already deemed today Kentucky Day. Later this morning, Beshear will be at the truck plant for what's being called an economic announcement. Kentucky has its first black woman as a Commonwealth's attorney. Governor Andy Beshear yesterday announcing Kimberly Baird serving as the role in Fayette County. Baird will take over the position on Saturday. She replaces her predecessor, Luana Redcorn, who is retiring. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director of the Boyle County Health Department with an important message. The American Cancer Society estimates that nearly 3,500 deaths per year in Kentucky can be attributed to lung cancer. Most people are aware that cigarette smoking may contribute to lung cancer, but are unaware of another serious lung cancer threat, radon. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency states that prolonged exposure to elevated levels of radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Now, you may be asking yourself a few questions like, what is an elevated level of radon? Where does radon come from? Or, how can I tell if radon is in my home? Your Boyle County Health Department stands ready to answer your questions and help determine if your family may be at risk. Simply contact our environmental staff at 859-236-2053. The health of your family depends on it.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's Bourbon Chase Week in Kentucky. The nearly 200-mile race starts in Shepherdsville, heads southeast through Springfield, Perryville, and Danville, then to Stanford before it heads north near Frankfort and finishes in Lexington. It's a massive boom for the local economy. Many restaurant owners say this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year for the restaurants, where runners, their teams, and families stop at restaurants to refuel. Many local streets will also be blocked off for the race, and you're asked to use caution as you travel Friday night, with runners on the side of the roads trying to complete that race. Danville County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Jeff Jewell says it's expected around 1,000 people will stop through Danville during the Bourbon Chase race. Lincoln County deputies made an arrest early Monday morning. It happened shortly after midnight when deputies were called to a home on South Old Ottenheim Road in reference to serving an arrest warrant, as well as following up on drug activity complaints there. When they got there, they noticed narcotics usage in plain view, but when they went to arrest the man, he took off on foot. When they searched the home, they found methamphetamine and Suboxone. Then they located another man hiding inside a closet. That man was wanted on 5 felony warrants from multiple counties and was lodged in the Boyle County Jail. More arrests are also expected. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. Among the items on the agenda includes an update from Boyle County Judge Executive Howard Hunt on the Buster Pike Bridge, the Economic Development Corporation's Terry Crowley, and HR Director Steve Griffin, as well as the declaration naming it Homemakers Week. It's open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream on the Boyle County Media YouTube page. It starts today at 9 o'clock in the morning. Tonight's the second political forum of the election season. Tonight, Boyle and Mercer District Judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz will face off in a forum held live at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. That forum will start at 7 o'clock tonight and will be broadcast live on WHIR and WHBN. A Casey County man was arrested after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Sunday night when KSP pulled over a 1999 Chevy Cavalier on Rose Street in Russell County. During the stop, they learned the passenger, 37-year-old Casey County native Patrick Cisco, had a warrant for his arrest. They arrested him, and during that arrest, they found suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Cisco was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hello? Guess who went out last night? I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner, and I sure hope it had a good time, because I sure didn't.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air, local. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
McElroy Plumbing of Danville. McElroy Plumbing of Danville. They also will work for you in Lancaster, Harrodsburg, Stanford, Perryville, Junction City. You need plumbing done. You want to call Tony McElroy, 859-326-7431. A licensed plumber for over 20 years. Great guy. Gives you a fair price. Call Tony McElroy Plumbing. McElroy Plumbing, 859-326-7431. 326-7431.
Hey folks, Cliffhead Irvin with Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers in Lancaster. We proudly support our home team Lions on the field and off. If you're looking to buy, sell, or auction your property, no one sells it better. Our professional agents can help you navigate the home buying or selling process while taking the stress off of you. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at irvingroup.com.
The Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
It's time once again for the least famous recipe of Danville Hometown Radio Network Lunch in the Office promotion. You can receive up to 20 2-piece chicken dinners and free tea delivered to your business on Wednesday, a value of over $150. Drop us a note on our Facebook page at Hometown Live Radio or email us at radio@hometownlive.net why you deserve free least famous recipe chicken for lunch. We announce the winner on Tuesday and deliver it on Wednesday. Don't miss out. Free Lunch in the Office brought to you by least famous recipe of Danville and the Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Save up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high today of 69. A low tonight, 38. Tomorrow, sunshine, 65. Thursday, sunshine and a high of 68. Right now it's 7:39 in the morning. It's 45 degrees right here in Danville. 238 WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. We will wait around, see if Linda gives us a call from the Mercer County Extension Office. As we wait, let's see what headlines are making the news in this 7 o'clock hour. Starting off with news about this hurricane. Hurricane Ian continuing to approach Cuba. The western part of Cuba, it's a strong Category 2 storm and strengthened to a Cat 3 overnight. In the early morning hours, Ian's wrath was clocked as having sustained winds of 115 miles per hour. In Florida, officials and residents are preparing for the worst, with the storm expected to intensify as it approached Florida's west coast tomorrow into Thursday. Mandatory evacuations have been issued in multiple counties, and NASA has moved the massive Artemis moon rocket to protect it from Ian. White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre says natural disasters are always nonpartisan.
It's about the people of Florida. It's not about public officials, especially in this time.
Yes, certainly is not. Congress is quickly approaching a deadline to approve government funding to avoid a shutdown. Government funding dries up on Friday of this week. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer trying to lead the passage of a short-term funding bill, but lawmakers still have several hurdles to clear. It was introduced last night. One of the biggest holdups to passing the stopgap bill is including West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin's energy permitting reform proposal. A key test vote is set for today. Manchin's proposal faces opposition from Republicans and even some Democrats. Manchin is the wild card there in the Senate. And this is definitely not the way to express anger over your cell service. A Troy, New York man is behind bars now after slamming his Mercedes into an AT&T store. Police say Stephen Carrion did that and then allegedly began smashing items with a baseball bat before being taken into custody. No one inside the store was injured, and police have not determined a motive for Carrion's action. Those are some headlines making the news on this Tuesday morning. Yes, the Artemis moon rocket launch delayed again, this time because of Hurricane Ian. We just talked about that, and they are actually rolling the spacecraft to the assembly building to protect it from the wind and the rain of Hurricane Ian. But that's very good news as well for space savers. The NASA rollback is triggering massive rollbacks at local stores.
It's the NASA Artemis rollback sale going on now at NASA. NASA is rolling back the Artemis moon rocket to the assembly building to protect it from tropical winds, and that means big savings for you. Liquid oxygen rolled back. Used fuel tanks rolled back. Buy one used gantry crane, get a second crane rolled back 25%.
With inflation and fuel prices sky high, I picked up some spare liquid hydrogen for only $30 million. I saved like $300,000. I'm not sure where I'm going to store all this liquid hydrogen, though. It's pretty cold, bro. Maybe over by the doghouse, or maybe in the pool.
Elapsed orbital maps, space batteries, failed parts, and so much more at the NASA rollback sale. Over 1 million parts built by the lowest bidder rolled back to the lowest prices of the moon launch season for a limited time only from NASA.
There you go, from NASA. Save money today. We have ourselves a new world record to talk about. Let's do it. Oh, me neither. You might remember back in June, John Cena, who's the wrestler, set a record with the Make-A-Wish Foundation for fulfilling 650 wishes. Well, he's now being recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records. John is listed under the most wishes granted through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. But if you ask me, he should have been given the title a while ago because no one else has even fulfilled more than 200 wishes. He's been granting them since 2002 and is now the most requested celebrity to grant wishes. Back when he hit the 500 wish mark, John said, quote, "I just drop everything. If I can offer a fantastic experience, I'll be the first in line to do my part." Way to go, John Cena. It's a new world record. 650 wishes granted by the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the most of anyone ever. It's 7:43 in the morning. Linda McClanahan's on the telephone. Good morning, Linda. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great, Linda. Appreciate you calling in this morning, giving us the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs, selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Linda McClanahan.
Many pests seek refuge in homes and buildings in response to changes in weather, such as extended periods of rain or drought or the onset of cool autumn temperatures. In response to these pest invasions, homeowners often apply liberal amounts of insecticides indoors. Although indoor insecticide application often provides quick results for the pests you see, the strategy is generally ineffective at providing a long-term solution because most of the pests being treated are coming in from outside the home. Therefore, to ensure a pest-free home, it's important that residents focus their attention towards denying pest entry before they make their way indoors, a process better known as pest proofing. Install door sweeps or thresholds at the base of all exterior entry doors. Lie on the floor and check for light visible under doors. Gaps of 1/16 inch or less will permit entry of insects and spiders. 1/4 inch wide gaps, about the diameter of a pencil, are large enough for entry of mice. 1/2 inch gaps are adequate for rats. Pay particular attention to the bottom corners, as this is often where rodents and insects enter. Garage doors should be fitted with a bottom seal constructed of rubber. Vinyl seals poorly in cold weather. Gaps under sliding glass doors can be sealed by lining the bottom track with a 1/2 to 3/4 inch wide foam weather stripping. Apply sealant along the bottom outside edge and sides of door thresholds to exclude ants and other small insects. Seal utility openings where pipes and wires enter the foundation and siding, such as around outdoor faucets, receptacles, gas meters, clothes dryer vents, and telephone, cable, TV wires. These are common entry points for ants, spiders, wasps, rodents, and other pests. Holes can be plugged with mortar, caulk, urethane expandable foam, copper mesh, or other suitable sealants. Seal cracks around windows, doors, fascia boards. Use a good quality silicone or acrylic latex caulk or sealant. Although somewhat less flexible than pure silicone, latex pipe caulks clean up easily with water and can be painted. Caulks that dry clear are often easier to use than pigmented caulks since they don't show mistakes. Buy a good caulking gun. Features to look for include a back-off trigger to halt the flow of the caulk when desired, a built-in slicer for cutting the tip off of a new caulking tube, and a nail for puncturing the seal within. Prior to sealing, cracks should be cleaned and any peeling caulk should be removed to aid adhesion. For a professional look, smooth the bead of caulk with a damp rag or moistened finger after application. A key area to caulk on the inside of basements is along the top of the foundation wall where the wooden seal plate is attached to the concrete foundation. Ants, spiders, and other pests often enter through the resulting crack. Repair gaps and tears in windows and door screens. Doing so will help reduce the entry of flies, gnats, mosquitoes, and midges during summer, and cluster flies, lady beetles, and other overwintering pests in fall. Certain insects are small enough to fit through standard mesh window screens. The only way to deny entry of these insects is to keep windows closed during periods of adult fall emergence. Install a 1/4 inch wire mesh over the attic roof and crawl space vents in order to prevent entry of birds, bats, squirrels, rodents, and other wildlife. Be sure to wear gloves when cutting and installing hardware cloth, as the wire edges are razor sharp. Backing the wire mesh from the inside with screening will further help to prevent insects such as ladybugs, paper wasps, and yellow jackets. If not already present, invest in a chimney cap to exclude birds, squirrels, raccoons, and other nuisance wildlife. Raccoons in particular are a serious problem throughout Kentucky. Many chimneys become home to a family of raccoons, which in turn are infested with fleas. Consider applying an exterior insecticide treatment. While sealing is the more permanent way to exclude pests originating from outdoors, comprehensive pest proofing is laborious and sometimes impractical. For clients needing an alternative, pest proofing can be supplemented by an exterior treatment with an insecticide. Homeowners will get the most for their efforts by applying longer-lasting liquid formulations containing pyrethroids. Such products are sold at hardware and lawn and garden shops. For better coverage, it's often best to purchase these products as concentrate so that they can be diluted and applied with a pump-up sprayer, hose-in sprayer. Treat at the base of all exterior doors, garage, and crawl-space entrances, around foundation vents and utility openings, and up underneath the siding. It also may be useful to treat around the outside perimeter of the foundation. Be sure to follow all labeled instructions and use this information only as general guidance. That's today's Farm News. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner service the Bull, Gary, Lincoln, and Mercer County Youth Extension offices.
There you go, Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Linda, before you go, I've got some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Linda, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, good. Fact number one, the boy whose exorcism was the inspiration behind The Exorcist grew up to be a NASA engineer. His work contributed to the Apollo mission in the 1960s. I think the biggest shocking thing behind this fact is that The Exorcist is based on a real story. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Number two, Gone with the Wind and The Wizard of Oz were both released in 1939 and both directed by a man named Victor Fleming. He suffered a nervous breakdown from directing Gone with the Wind during the day and editing The Wizard of Oz at night. He had too much on his plate, and he suffered a nervous breakdown because of that. Wow. Yeah. Number three, the M that's printed on each M&M was originally black. It was changed to white after 4 years. It makes better sense for it to be white. You can see it better on the M&Ms. Number four, Woodrow Wilson's wedding was catered by a young chef named WHIR Boyardee. He would later go on to create a brand called Chef Boyardee. So he was an actual person, Chef Boyardee was. And number five, Family Feud does all of its surveys by telephone, and they ask each person about 30 to 40 questions when they have them on the phone. Telephone surveys. There you go, Linda. 5 random facts for you. Don't ignore every spam call because it could be Steve Harvey calling you from Family Feud. Yeah, can't ignore all of them. I appreciate you being on, Linda. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner at the Mercer County Extension Office. We'll take a look and see what's going on out west in the world of weird coming up right after this.
Oh, it is so true. A nasty car don't run good. You want to make sure you get your car running great by looking great. Go to Thoroughbred Car Wash off Perryville Road, Danville. Your car will love you for it. Nothing better than a clean car from Thoroughbred Car Wash, Danville. That's Thoroughbred Car Wash in the Big Lot Shopping Center.
Charles, how is the Gary C. Johnson Law Firm different?
We're not afraid to take the hard cases that require a lot of work.
And your track record shows that.
We've got a really good team.
Check out their verdicts at GaryCJohnson.com or JudoLaw.com.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. For the first time since 1977, Kentucky football has a number 7 ranking. The Cats are 7th in the Writers' Poll and 8th in the coaches' rankings this week. In the AP Top 25, Georgia remains number 1 with Alabama 2nd. Other SEC schools are Kentucky at 7, Tennessee 8th, Ole Miss 14th, Texas A&M 17th, and Arkansas is 20th. Ohio State is 3rd, Michigan 4th, Clemson 5th, and Southern Cal is 6th. Kentucky is at Mississippi this Saturday at noon on Z105. Boyle County continues to lead Class 4A and is back up to 3rd statewide in Dave Cantrell's rating the state and high school football in the Herald Leader. 6A leader St. X is 1st overall, with 5A leader Frederick Douglass 2nd statewide. Pikeville is 1st in 1A. Beechwood is on top of 2A, and Christian Academy of Louisville leads 3A. Among area schools, Danville is 5th in 2A, Mercer County is 9th, Casey County 14th, and Garrett County 26th in 3A, and Lincoln County is 14th, and Anderson County 35th in 4A. Last night in the NFL, Dallas defeated New York 23-16. Both the Cowboys and Giants are now 2-1. After 3 weeks, just 2 teams remain unbeaten, the Dolphins and the Eagles, while 2 teams are winless, the Raiders and the Texans. Just 4 games were on Monday's baseball schedule. Braves shut out the Nationals 8-0 and trailed the Mets by 1 full game in the NL East. Pirates beat the Reds 8-3. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
Gary, what is the best part about your job?
The hundreds of millions of dollars that I've recovered from my clients.
Wow. Check their verdicts at GaryCJohnson.com or JudoLaw.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at ADA Heated and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Come on, call them, 859-519-6382. ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine, a high up near 70, a low tonight 38. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 65. Thursday, sunshine, and a high of 68. Right now, it's 7:57 in the morning as we take a look at what's going on out west in the world of weird. Those people who are so disassociated with reality, we talk about them on an everyday basis. Celebrities. Let's start off with Kelly Ripa. Kelly and her relationship with her live co-host Regis Philbin was complicated, to say the least. In fact, Kelly has a new memoir out today called WHIR, Long-Winded Short Stories, and she admits the chapter about Regis was the hardest one to write. He died of a heart attack back 2 years ago at the age of 88. She says, quote, "There were good days and bad days. I don't want to feel like I'm slamming anyone or that I'm being disrespectful, but I also want people to know that this is not a cakewalk. Despite any issues they had on set, Kelly says she very much enjoyed the time they spent together outside of work. Quote, "He came to a dinner I hosted, one of the favorite nights of my life. I never laughed so hard." She adds, quote, "I loved him, and I still do." Aqua's song Barbie Girl, I'm a Barbie Girl in a Barbie World will not be in the live-action Barbie movie. You know, the one Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are in. In an interview with Variety, Aqua lead singer Lenny Nystrom said using the song would be too, quote, cheese on cheese. Quote, "I totally understand why they didn't use it, but it's going to bring us a lot of attention no matter what." The keyboardist joked, quote, "We should say we turned it down. Ryan Gosling's not good enough." Barbie Girl turned 25 this year, and yes, you are that old, a 25-year-old song. They can play it on the classic rock stations, I guess. And we've been so happy seeing Brendan Fraser's career resurgence in The Whale that we forget to be triggered by the fact that he plays an obese guy, and he's neither obese or gay. He plays a gay man who's an obese guy, and he's neither one of those. Enter Daniel Franzese. He's best known for playing Damien in Mean Girls. He is a big gay guy. He says, quote, to finally have a chance to be in a prestige film that might be award nominated, where stories about people who look like us are being told, that's the dream. So when they go time and time again and cast someone like Brendan Fraser, me and other big guys were like, what? We can't take it. But he adds, quote, I love Brendan Fraser, so I'm very conflicted. Seeing him get up so modest in Venice and have that moment, I was happy for him. He's a lovely man, but why? Why go up there and wear a fat suit to play someone? So apparently you can't wear fat suits anymore. Someone has a problem with Brendan Fraser wearing a fat suit. Aqua's Barbie girl will not be in the live-action Barbie movie. And Kelly Ripa says she had a complicated relationship with Regis, but she had a blast with him, and that's what's going on in the world of absolute weird. Hollywood Celebrity of the Showbiz segment. Okay, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we've got Boyle County Public Librarian Georgia DeRuccio on the telephone. We'll also have Randy with Randyisms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The Florida Gulf Coast is under hurricane and storm surge warnings. This as Hurricane Ian becomes a Category 3 storm. NBC meteorologist Michelle Grossman.
Along the coast of Florida, we're looking at days and days of storm surge, really heavy rainfall, 20 inches in some spots, hurricane force winds, and also that storm surge is going to be a big problem.
Hurricane warnings are out for a stretch of the Gulf Coast as far south as Bonita Beach below Fort Myers. NASA is putting away the massive Artemis moon rocket protected from Hurricane Ian. More from Mark Mayfield.
Managers made that decision on Monday based on the expected weather conditions from the storm in the coming days around the Kennedy Space Center area in eastern Florida. The move delays the third launch attempt for the Artemis 1 mission, which is working to send an uncrewed capsule around the moon. Technical issues halted the first two attempts to get the rocket into space. The setback is likely to push NASA's next try into November, but there's still potential that the highly anticipated launch could happen in late October.
Vice President Kamala Harris is joining several world leaders to commemorate the life of Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in Tokyo today. She emphasized the U.S.-Japan alliance and U.S. support for Abe's vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific.
As America, we cherish those principles and we stand by them. And it is part of the bond that forms the alliance between the United States and Japan.
Abe died in July after being assassinated at a campaign rally. It's the vice president's second trip to Asia since taking office. On Thursday, Harris will visit the Korean demilitarized zone, where she will tour sites at the DMZ, meet with service members, and receive an operational briefing from U.S. commanders. Gas prices keep rising. AAA station survey finds the national average price for regular is now up to $3.74 a gallon today. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Businesses don't run on automation or algorithms alone. What powers businesses are your people and the people they serve. At Cintas, your dedicated service reps understand what you need to help you keep your employees feeling safe, comfortable, and performing their best. So your business can too. For workwear, essential cleaning products, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
The Biden administration is set to implement new rules that would require airlines and online travel agencies to disclose fees for seat selection, checked baggage, and other add-ons, along with fares. Auto and airline industry reporter Phil LeBeau offers his insight on how important the changes could be for travelers.
This is a smart move. It's a way to say to the public, we hear your complaints and we agree with you. We want you to know everything that's involved and the true cost of flying.
The proposal is the latest effort to bolster passenger protections after a rocky summer travel season. A massive student walkout is planned this morning in Virginia. Trey Thomas explains.
Kids are protesting a new transgender policy that will affect which bathrooms they use and sports they play. Governor Glenn Youngkin says the current rules exclude parents, and he doesn't agree. He wants districts to comply with the changes. At least 28 schools in Fairfax County are among the nearly 100 taking part in the student walkout today. A public comment period is open until October 26th. I'm Trey Thomas.
Ketanji Brown Jackson will officially begin her first term as a Supreme Court justice on October 3rd. Brian Shook reports.
Her formal investiture will be this Friday morning, a ceremonial event where the Chief Justice will administer the constitutional oath to Jackson privately. No cameras are allowed in the court for the ceremony, and attendance is by invitation only. However, she, her husband, and Chief Justice John Roberts will take photographs on the plaza afterwards. Jackson will be the first black woman to serve on the High Court. I'm Brian Shook.
A collection of items that belong to Betty White is sold for millions of dollars. Officials at Julian's in Beverly Hills say the collection brought in $4 million, which is more than 10 times the appraiser's estimate. Top selling item, her director's chair from Golden Girls. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both. Competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Stevenson. Is your air conditioner running?
Well, yes. Thanks to Hensley's Heating and Air, my air conditioner is running great, and I've had no more problems with it.
Hensley's Heating and Air is your local source for HVAC service, so that means timely work completion and neighbors you can trust. Hensley's Heating and Air is locally owned with experienced and certified technicians to get the job done right every time. Hensley's Heating and Air. Local, quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening celebration of Nesco Resources' first year to new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers. 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It's September the 27th. James the Gardener came in here in a jacket. I don't blame him. Wish I had a jacket back on here in the studio. It's 45 degrees outside right now. We're in the upper 60s as a high. Forecast is coming your way. News is first on WHIR. News time is 8:07.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase Week in Kentucky. The nearly 200-mile race starts in Shepherdsville, heads southeast through Springfield, Perryville, and Danville, then to Stanford before it heads north near Frankfort and finishes in Lexington. It's a massive boom for the local economy. Many restaurant owners say this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year for the restaurants, where runners, their teams, and families stop at restaurants to refuel. Many local streets will also be blocked off for the race, and you're asked to use caution as you travel Friday night, with runners on the side of the roads trying to complete that race. Danville County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Jeff Jewell says it's expected around 1,000 people will stop through Danville during the Bourbon Chase race. Lincoln County deputies made an arrest early Monday morning. It happened shortly after midnight when deputies were called to a home on South Old Ottenheim Road in reference to serving an arrest warrant, as well as following up on drug activity complaints there. When they got there, they noticed narcotics usage in plain view, but when they went to arrest the man, he took off on foot. When they searched the home, they found methamphetamine and Suboxone. Then they located another man hiding inside a closet. That man was wanted on 5 felony warrants from multiple counties and was lodged in the Boyle County Jail. More arrests are also expected. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. Among the items on the agenda includes an update from Boyle County Judge Executive Howard Hunt on the Buster Pike Bridge, the Economic Development Corporation's Terry Crowley, and HR Director Steve Griffin, as well as the declaration naming it Homemakers Week. It's open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream on the Boyle County Media YouTube page. It starts today at 9 o'clock in the morning. Tonight's the second political forum of the election season. Tonight, Boyle and Mercer District Judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz will face off in a forum held live at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. That forum will start at 7 o'clock tonight and will be broadcast live on WHIR and WHBN. A Casey County man was arrested after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Sunday night when KSP pulled over a 1999 Chevy Cavalier on Rose Street in Russell County. During the stop, they learned the passenger, 37-year-old Casey County native Patrick Sisko, had a warrant for his arrest. They arrested him, and during that arrest, they found suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Sisko was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Real Hope for a Better Life Addiction-Free starts at Real Hope Behavioral Health in Danville.
I know that I got to a point where I grasped at straws and I wanted any type of relief I could find. There's no harm that's going to come from reaching out for help, and there is hope. There's definitely hope here. I see it every day.
Confidential outpatient treatment. We are a MAP prescriber. Medicaid and Medicare accepted. Free child care and transportation available. Start your recovery now. Call Real Hope Behavioral Health in Danville at 236-9598.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our good friends over at Dexter & Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris. They'll give you a free quote at 236-6686 for Dexter and ReitmeyerInsurance.com. You get sunshine, a high up near 70. A low tonight, 38. Tomorrow, sunshine. A high of 65. Thursday, sunshine and a high of 68. Right now it's 8:11 in the morning, 45 degrees in Danville. And Georgia's on the telephone. Good morning, Georgia. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you today, Joe?
I'm doing great, Georgia. Doing good. What's going on at the library this week?
Well, all week we are, of course, celebrating the exhibit that we have in the library called Telling a People's Story. And it is devoted to... telling the story of the African-American experience through the illustrations in wonderful children's literature. So it's a wonderful exhibit. We're encouraging everybody to come and visit. And in support of that, take a look at the library's website and Facebook pages, because you will see a lot of information on how your family can tell its own story. So if you have family getting together on one of the beautiful upcoming fall weekends where festivals are happening and events are happening, it's a great opportunity to check out some equipment from the library to maybe record some of those family stories. If you have a great opportunity to have some of the older members of your family visiting, or you're visiting them, we have a lot of opportunities and equipment that you can digitize your family photos and maybe stories and letters that have been collected down through the generations. So there's a lot of ways that you can get together and tell your own story, and the library is here to help with that. Now, coming up on Saturday, we've got an important event starting at 2 o'clock on Saturday. If anybody out there has a child that is starting into college, or perhaps you are an adult who is starting into college, we're going to have folks from the Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority in the library to answer your questions about financial aid, filling out all those forms, and finding lots of opportunities where you might get some financial assistance of all sorts to help with your college education. So please join us Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. We're going to have some experts available to get you the information you need. And then just a heads up for next week, it is going to be fall break week for the schools. And so we are inviting everybody to camp out at the library during fall break week. We are transforming the children's department into a forest, a campground. And so spend some time, stop by the library, find a comfortable spot in the woods with your favorite book and spend some time reading. There are going to be lots of activities and special events related to camp out at the library next week during fall break. So we're excited for all that's going on, and we're inviting everybody on your next trip to downtown Danville. Stop by the library.
Good stuff. We love it. Georgia with the library. Georgia, if people have any questions for you, how can they get in touch with you?
Oh, it's easy. Lots of ways to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a call, 238-7323, and that's 238-READ.
Okay.
You can check out our website, boylepublib.org, and when you get to that page, you're going to see a bright green button that says Live Chat. So you can tap on that, and you'll be put in touch with a library staff member who can find the answer to your question or direct you to the staff member who can best answer it. So lots of ways to get in touch with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you downtown.
There you go. George, appreciate you being on. You have a great, fun, and a safe week, and we'll talk to you again next Tuesday, which will be October the 4th, okay?
Very good. I'm looking forward to it.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Georgia DeRugia with the Boyle County Public Library. It's 8:15 before we get to the Big Daddy Sports. Let's see what other sports is making headlines in our Sort of Sports Report. Starting off in athletic news from Canada, where unvaccinated American athletes and anyone else will no longer be turned away at the Canadian border. Canada's Health Minister Jean-Yves Duclos announced that starting Saturday, travelers into the Great White North will, quote, no longer be required to show proof of vaccination against COVID-19 or wear face masks on planes and trains. That is great news for the Toronto Blue Jays and prospective opponents as they continue to make their push into a wild card playoff spot. The football game that literally nobody cared about is now a memory. Yesterday, the NFL Pro Bowl All-Star Game was put out of its misery. Instead, the NFL has opted for a week-long All-Star Showcase they've rebranded as the Pro Bowl Games, highlighted by a flag football game between the AFC and NFC. Prior to that, the week will feature skills competitions and other events. The first edition of the Pro Bowl Games will start February the 5th in Las Vegas. And racing legend Jimmy Johnson says that his days of racing full-time are now over. In an announcement yesterday, the 47-year-old said that there'd be no second full-time season in the IndyCar Series. Going forward, Johnson says he's willing to race in bucket list events, and he knows it's the right decision, even though it was a, quote, difficult choice. Johnson retired from the NASCAR circuit, where he was a 7-time Cup Series champion at the end of the 2020 season and has been with IndyCar ever since. That's what's going on in this morning's Sort of Sports Report. And more sports coming up right now with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, on The Joe Show.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. For the first time since 1977, Kentucky football has a number 7 ranking. The Cats are 7th in the Writers' Poll and 8th in the coaches' rankings this week. In the AP Top 25, Georgia remains number 1 with Alabama 2nd. Other SEC schools are Kentucky at 7, Tennessee 8th, Ole Miss 14th, Texas A&M 17th, and Arkansas is 20th. Ohio State is 3rd, Michigan 4th, Clemson 5th, and Southern Cal is 6th. Kentucky is at Mississippi this Saturday at noon on Z105. Boyle County continues to lead Class 4A and is back up to third statewide in Dave Cantrell's rating the state in high school football in the Herald Leader. 6A leader St. X is first overall, with 5A leader Frederick Douglass second statewide. Pikeville is first in 1A. Beechwood is on top of 2A, and Christian Academy of Louisville leads 3A. Among area schools, Danville is fifth in 2A, Mercer County is 9th, Casey County 14th, and Garrett County 26th in 3A, and Lincoln County is 14th, and Anderson County 35th in 4A. Last night in the NFL, Dallas defeated New York 23-16. Both the Cowboys and Giants are now 2-1. After 3 weeks, just 2 teams remain unbeaten, the Dolphins and the Eagles, while 2 teams are winless, the Raiders and the Texans. Just 4 games were on Monday's baseball schedule. Braves shut out the Nationals 8-0 and trailed the Mets by 1 full game in the NL East. Pirates beat the Reds 8-3. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way. Large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Since 1984. ADA. Always on time with our professional team when we show up at your door. ADA. Residential and commercial, day or night. ADAheatingandair.com does it right. ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Rise and shine, champions. Right here on the Happy Station, AM 1230 WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on 1230 WHIR. Darling.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's, where everyone in the family is certified something to tastify their taste buds. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass, where a great steak is truly just the beginning. You get sunshine, a high up near 70, a low of 38. Tomorrow, sunshine, 65. Thursday, sunshine, 68. Friday, sunshine, 71. It is 8:21 in the morning right now, and Randy Graham wants to join us this morning with the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's Thoughts.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. And if we don't believe it is a great day, then just try missing one, right? I mean, with that attitude, we discover it really is a great day. Because whether we declare it a great day or a bad day, either way, we will be correct, won't we? So we might as well just declare it a great day and then go out there and make it so. What do you say? I mean, have you ever noticed how some people can brighten up a room simply by leaving? Or some people can't see the beauty of a sunrise because of the specks on the window, and they're happy when they find the specks. Well, don't let that attitude be attributed to us this morning. No, sirree, not here at the Happy Station. And if you do suffer with that attitude, like our current president, well, even our Lord and Savior himself said man, meaning mankind, can change. As shared last week, yes, attitude is contagious. And the question is ours worth catching? I mean, why not have a winning attitude like Joe in the Know here, who's standing right beside me? I mean, his attitude and work ethic got him an award last night. I don't know if you heard this or not, but the best produced local radio station in the entire state of Kentucky. Yeah, congratulations, Joe, for his McDonald's commercial. Joe, maybe McDonald's will give you a lifetime supply of Big Macs. How about that? At least worth asking. But you know, in addition to Joe getting that award, we won as well, didn't we? Because we woke up, proving that God is not through with us yet. And even the sun rose again in spite of our problems last night, meaning that whatever we're confronting in life, that this too shall pass. And it will. So rise, champion, rise, and keep on climbing up Sunshine Mountain. What do you say? And speaking of climbing up mountains, in the continuing story of another world, Joe, have you ever heard the Greek name Cephesus? It's a story from Greek mythology. Stuff I learned from dear old Dad, my high school teacher and coach at good old Boyle County High School Rebels, R-E-B-E-L-S, Rebels. Not that it was a subject we had there at Boyle County, but Dad always had a way of sharing with his children and students life lessons that could be applicable for the future. But Cephesus was an evil ruler, kind of like Joe Biden, who would consistently violate the Greek god Zeus's concepts of what was he called xenia, which was promoting courteous treatment to travelers and guests. But what Cephesus would do in order to strike fear in his countrymen, he would kill travelers that stayed with him and then show their bodies to his subjects in order to instill fear in their hearts, in order to show what a ruthless leader he was. So Zeus punished him in the underworld by forcing him to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity. And every time he neared the top of the hill, that boulder would roll back down. Kind of like my experience with marriage. No, I'm just teasing. You got to keep a sense of humor. Sometimes life's too serious to take serious. But that's what it kind of feels like today under the leadership of President Biden and his policies, as we're forced to push that boulder up the hill that he has created for us, with inflation eating out our substance, weakening our military, even promising $11 billion to poor countries to fight climate change, while states like Mississippi and Michigan still have unsafe drinking water. Crazy stuff. Living in hell under Joe Biden. Until new elections take place, there is always hope and light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, just about get to the top of that hill, and then the boulder rolls down right back on top of us. And like Cephesus, he tries to strike fear into the hearts of what he considers his subjects, meaning you and I, as he and Merrick Garland has weaponized the FBI, turning them from the Federal Bureau of Investigation to the federal bullies of intimidation. Like, for example, in addition to attacking people such as the My Pillow guy, and confiscating his phone, which liberal law professor Alan Dershowitz calls a political hit job, and the additional raids they have taken, they're now going after Christians. Did you hear about this? They arrested a Catholic leader and father of 7 in an FBI raid last week. The guy's name is Mark Houpt, and he's the founder and co-president of the Kingsmen, a men's ministry. But it comes about from a federal assault charges stemming from an altercation with a Planned Parenthood escort outside a Philadelphia abortion clinic, which happened a year ago, after the guy got up in his 12-year-old son's face and verbally harassed him. And Houpt pushed the guy back and he fell down. Same thing I would have done as well if a bully like that came up to my 12-year-old son. You notice he didn't come up to Houpt. No, the Planned Parenthood escort went up to his 12-year-old son. Big tough guy. But that's what bullies do. Just like the FBI is starting to show their colors under Garland and Joe Biden. And the altercation was captured on video, and charges were brought, but the case was dismissed. But then days later, Houpt received a target letter from the U.S. Attorney's Office informing him that he was the focus of a federal criminal probe into the same incident. Then the next thing they heard was Friday morning, September the 23rd, when federal law enforcement officials arrived outside the Hulk's home, which means the FBI or federal bullies of intimidation, in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, around 7 a.m., where 7 children and wife and himself lived. And apparently 15 vehicles with 25 FBI agents came to the door, and when he opened the door, he had 5 guns staring in his face. Ooh, tough guys, these FBI.
This is the FBI, open up.
Acting like a bunch of children. People need to start laughing at him when they see him doing stuff like this. That's how you get on bullies' nerves. But Houpt was arrested without incident, because he's a good citizen, and now is facing up to 11 years in prison. The boulder rolling back down on top of us. This is shameful nutso Gestapo type tactic. Of course, we shouldn't confuse a police state, which we are now living in, with the noble work that is done by our local and state law enforcement. No, this is federal, that have been weaponized against we the people. Just like in our Declaration of Independence, when speaking of tyranny and the British king, Thomas Jefferson wrote, "He has sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance." And I ask you, does this feel like harassment? Or like when President Numbnut, speaking against MAGA, incited this 41-year-old liberal Looney Tune to run over an 18-year-old. Did you hear about this? Because the Looney Tune said he was a MAGA extremist. The teenager's name was Taylor Ellington. Of course, chances are you haven't heard about it since mainstream media has failed to mention it, but the murderer is out on bail. Now consider that to the right-wing nut job that ran over a person in Charlottesville, Virginia a few years ago, where he was charged with murder and now serving a life sentence, as should be. But this left-wing extremist was released on $50,000 bail. I tell you what, this teenager's blood is on Joe Biden's hands for his rhetoric calling out MAGA as a threat to our country. Now, why is it if that Trump's words are said to have incited January the 6th, then why didn't Joe Biden's rhetoric incite this action against the 18-year-old teenager? Aren't we taught what's good for the goose is good for the gander? And now there's Iran protesting in the streets, once again, just like they did back in 2009, what became known as the Green Movement, meaning the Green Wave or the Iranian-Persian Awakening, calling for the overthrow of the Iranian regime, just like Obama did when he made a public announcement that he supported the Iranian leadership that just emboldened the Iranian government to continue to brutally crush the uprising. Biden's work on a deal with Iran just legitimizes that country's terrorist leadership. You know, I had a pen pal from Iran at the time, in the 2009 uprising, who is now married and lives in North Carolina. But during that time of the Green Movement, she wrote me saying, "Why is Obama not speaking out for us?" Yeah, a missed opportunity, just like today, as we continue to push Biden's boulder up the hill. And this is not even considering that the Iranian deal is contrary to Israel's interest and makes it seem as if we're working against the country of Israel, which should be a warning to all, since the Bible shares that woe is the country that goes against my people. Because in Greek mythology, where Zeus punishes Cephasus individually, God punishes the entire country for the leadership they allow to rule. Not since the Civil War has national politics affected so much people at the local level, and why this election can be a turning point in our country's history.
There you go, Randy Graham, the thoughts of Randy Graham, and Randy Graham's Thoughts, Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on The Joe Show on WHIR. It's 8:30 in the morning.
Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville is honored to have served this community since 1972. They're excited to announce they are offering even more $5.99 lunch specials. Choose from Lee's 2-piece breast strip, 2-piece dark chicken, chicken slider, or a barbecue chicken sandwich. All specials come with a side of your choice, along with a regular drink and an apple pie or cookie. Wednesday's Customer Appreciation Day. Come on in and ask for the Wednesday special. 3 pieces of Famous Crispy or strips, 2 sides of your choice, and a hot buttermilk biscuit. All just $1.40 off the regular price. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Try one of their family meals. They come in options of 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece selections with your choice of sides. They specialize in catering, so if you need to cater a wedding, office party, funeral, birthday party, or any other special event, call them at 859-236-8777, 236-8777 for a free quote. Let them do all the work for you. They're located at 610 South 4th Street. Drive through or come on in. Lee's Famous Recipe, serving the best chicken in Danville for over 40 years.
One of the most trusted names in jewelry is B&L Jewelers. For years, we've been helping you and your neighbors say, "I love you," "Happy anniversary," even "Here's something just because."
Tell her you love her with a diamond from B&L Diamond Jewelers. Make her stop and think of the love you both share. Nothing allows you to celebrate the special moments in life like a diamond. Diamonds are the only gift in the whole world that will never fade away with time. They will not rust away and does not require any special care to maintain its brilliant beauty. Diamonds are forever, and 30 years from now, she will still remember that moment when you gave her that diamond. No other gift can keep giving like a diamond for years to come.
Stop in for a free jewelry cleaning and inspection and say hello. Love gets better at B&L Jewelers, located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
When it comes to taking your medication, are you really following your doctor's directions?
Your friends at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road understand the difficulty of following a medication program, especially if you are taking multiple medications, maintaining a busy schedule, experiencing side effects, or feeling better. But your Medicine Shop pharmacist also understands the importance of taking your medication properly. Regardless if you are maintaining an ongoing treatment program or if you're just taking a one-time prescription, it is vital that you take your medication as prescribed so that you receive the fullest benefits. The Medicine Shop offers free weekly medication packaging. We customize your medication therapy and deliver your weekly package, all with no additional charge to you. Let us simplify your therapy and maximize your treatment plan. Visit the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road or call 238-0002 for more information about the importance of medication compliance. It's just another healthy reminder from the pharmacy that's all about your health.
What benefits do you get from working at McDonald's? Well, you probably guessed you get free meals and snacks during your work shifts. But listen to this. Weekly pay, paid time off, a matching 401k beginning in 2023, tuition assistance, manager bonuses, yearly raises, sign-on bonuses, and dental, vision, and health insurance. McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg. Apply right now in person or online at McDonald's.com. Locally owned, locally operated, and staffed by local people with great benefits. McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg. The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. Danville is at Bullitt East, 7:30 kickoff. A game you'll have on 103.9 FM WHIR. Garrett County's at McCurry Central, 7:30 kickoff on HometownLive.net. And Mercer County at Western Hills, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. Saturday, the Cats are at Ole Miss. That's a 12 noon kickoff, 10 o'clock pregame on Z105. And all games live online at HometownLive.net. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's Bourbon Chase Week in Kentucky. The nearly 200-mile race starts in Shepherdsville, heads southeast through Springfield, Perryville, and Danville, then to Stanford before it heads north near Frankfort and finishes in Lexington. It's a massive boom for the local economy. Many restaurant owners say this weekend is the biggest weekend of the year for the restaurants, where runners, their teams, and families stop at restaurants to refuel. Many local streets will also be blocked off for the race, and you're asked to use caution as you travel Friday night, with runners on the side of the roads trying to complete that race. Danville County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Jeff Jewell says it's expected around 1,000 people will stop through Danville during the Bourbon Chase race. Lincoln County deputies made an arrest early Monday morning. It happened shortly after midnight when deputies were called to a home on South Old Ottenheim Road in reference to serving an arrest warrant, as well as following up on drug activity complaints there. When they got there, they noticed narcotics usage in plain view, but when they went to arrest the man, he took off on foot. When they searched the home, they found methamphetamine and Suboxone. Then they located another man hiding inside a closet. That man was wanted on 5 felony warrants from multiple counties and was lodged in the Boyle County Jail. More arrests are also expected. The Boyle County Fiscal Court will have their regular scheduled meeting this morning. Among the items on the agenda includes an update from Boyle County Judge Executive Howard Hunt on the Buster Pike Bridge, the Economic Development Corporation's Terry Crowley, and HR Director Steve Griffin, as well as the declaration naming it Homemakers Week. It's open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream on the Boyle County Media YouTube page. It starts today at 9 o'clock in the morning. Tonight's the second political forum of the election season. Tonight, Boyle and Mercer District Judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz will face off in a forum held live at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. That forum will start at 7 o'clock tonight and will be broadcast live on WHIR and WHBN. A Casey County man was arrested after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Sunday night when KSP pulled over a 1999 Chevy Cavalier on Rose Street in Russell County. During the stop, they learned the passenger, 37-year-old Casey County native Patrick Sisko, had a warrant for his arrest. They arrested him, and during that arrest, they found suspected methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Sisko was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Announcing the absolute online-only auction of a house, barns, and 3.57 acres truck and personal property located at 1255 Hogue Hollow Road, Junction City, with bidding ending Thursday, September the 29th at 6 p.m. on FordBrothersInc.com. This house has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, eat-in kitchen and living room combo, bonus room, fireplace, attached closed-in porch, and front deck. Outside buildings include a tobacco barn, stock barn, stripping room, run-in shed, and storage building. Good blacktop drive with new bridge from the road. All situated on 3.57 acres by deed. Personal property includes a 1997 Ford F-250 pickup showing 223,569 miles and a host of other household items just too numerous to mention. For preview dates, to bid, or for more information, log on to FordBrothersInc.com or call 800-435-5454.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Car Express Wash invites you to save money and help our local charities through Halloween every Saturday night from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Just $4 per car and tips. This Saturday, it's the Centenary United Methodist Youth Group, The Rock.
Hi, this is Jenny at Car Express Car Wash. I want to announce that we are doing Suds and Screams. This is the area's only for charity car wash. Come on out. It will be a scream. Don't drive dirty.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty.
Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our good friends over at Central Kentucky Mulch and Stone, your landscaping supplier for designer and construction gravel, cut stones, color mulches, straw blankets, landscape fabric. They're on Dameco Drive off the Danville Bypass just south of Stewart Powell Ford, and they're online, ckymulchandstone.com. Sunshine, a high up near 69, a low tonight 38. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 65. Thursday, sunshine, and a high of 68. Right now, it's 8:39 in the morning. It is 45 degrees in Danville. Wedding planning with Pim comes your way right now.
It's wedding season, and Hometown Florist and Lancaster Florist have teamed up to give the best price and most beautiful fresh flowers for your special day. Weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and just because are a few of the occasions they specialize in. Hometown Florist, 4th Street in Danville, 859-236-4388, or Lancaster Florist on the Square, Lancaster, 859-792-9796, or find them on the web.
Or like them on Facebook at Hometown Florist and Lancaster Florist.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart-Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. You've carefully thought out your ceremony, included just enough personal touches to make it memorable, and it's approved by your officiant. Hooray! Now it's time to decide how you'll present the ceremony to your guests. Although programs are by no means a necessity, they can be a lovely memento, clue people in to traditions they'll be witnessing, and serve as an introduction of the participants. Some brides go hog wild with programs, making enormous booklets that include every word of the ceremony. This isn't necessary. Programs are meant to give guests an idea of what to expect and to serve as a keepsake. They don't need to provide so much reading material that guests can't finish reading them before the ceremony's over. However, there are a few basics you will need to include: names of the bride and groom, wedding date and time, and the location of the ceremony, the order of service. This can be a simple list or can include such details as the musical selections and names of readers and readings, the participants, a list of the family and wedding party, the officiant, the full name and title of the person marrying you. Beyond the basics, you can add lots of touches to make your program personal. My love note, from the content to the design, programs can be more than just a glorified church bulletin. Design a creative wedding program that doubles as a favor.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-53-BIBLE. That's 844-53-BIBLE. 844-53-BIBLE.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Hey, 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 it's 8:44 in the morning. James the gardener's in studio with us this morning, giving us a little gardening with James talk. What's up with James?
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty, growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
Let's dig it then, James. James, before we hop into your conversation, very quickly, I want to give a birthday shout-out to Miles Bell.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
Guess how old Miles is today?
16. No, 18.
18. Okay, what's your guess?
Okay.
22.
Kind of close. Both of you are kind of close. Dusty, you are closer, but you went over. So in Price is Right, you would have lost.
Oh,
He's 21 years old today.
I didn't know we were going to Price
So Miles is 21 years old today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Miles, and we hope he has a great birthday today.
Yeah.
Yes. Jim Parman's in studio. The floor recognizes Jim Parman, the representative from
I have
London.
breaking news that Joe will never put on the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Do we have a thank you?
Thank you.
That's the breaking news sounder, yes.
Breaking news. One more time. There we are. This guy, Joe, at the Kentucky Broadcasters Association convention yesterday, won the first prize for the best locally produced broadcast commercial in the state of Kentucky this year.
Go, Joe. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, thanks to McDonald's. It was a McDonald's ad, and they allow me to be as creative as I want with the ads, and that's what happened. So, pretty cool. Appreciate that, Jim. Thanks.
Well, it's a great commercial. Can you call it up and play it?
Ooh, I think I can.
Give me one. We were talking about
That's
it.
true.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, let me see if I can. I gotta pull it up here. You all chit chat.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll chit.
Yeah, his Google
Here it
search
is.
is like best Joe commercial ever.
I knew what number I saved it as. So here it is. So this is the commercial. This is the one that won yesterday. Here it is. McDonald's has brought back their 2 for $6. You can get either a Big Mac, a quarter pounder with cheese, a 10-piece McNugget, or a fillet of fish. You pick 2 for $6. And to celebrate, I'm going to give you all the combinations you can get on their 2 for $6. But we got to make this fast because this is only a 30-second commercial. You can get a Big Mac and a Big Mac, a Big Mac and a quarter pounder, a Big Mac and a 10-piece McNugget, a Big Mac and a fillet of fish, a quarter pounder and a quarter pounder, a quarter pounder and a 10-piece McNugget, a quarter pounder and a fillet of fish, a fillet of fish and a fillet of fish, a fillet of fish and a 10-piece McNugget, and a 10-piece McNugget and a 10-piece McNugget. The 2 for $6 is back. McDonald's at Danville and Harrodsburg. There you go. That was the one. That was the winner.
That's good stuff.
I like the blend of the classic.
That's the yakety sax right there.
Right.
Yeah, the yakety sax in the
Joe,
background.
be sure to send McDonald's a bill for running one time that wasn't.
There you go. Yes, we didn't put that on the log. What is it? It's like $12 for a 30-second ad, so they owe us $12 for that one, right?
That's right.
Oh, an award-winning commercial.
Yes. Yeah. All right, I got a phone call in here. Good morning. You're on the Joe Show.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Joe, I want to congratulate you on your big state award. I just love that McDonald's commercial. Just makes me so hungry I want to go out and buy some food.
But you do that, and when you go buy food, tell them you heard them on the radio. You make sure
I'll do that.
That's the most important part of that, okay?
Well, congratulations on your big award. I'm sure Miles Bell, with it being his birthday today, will want to call and congratulate you, too.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay,
all right,
goodbye.
Hun, bye.
Oh, I know.
Do you know who that was?
I got it now. Yeah.
So today, it was interesting, though, coming into today that we had no birthdays, but we do have one birthday now, and that one birthday is Miles Bell. So I can't think of someone that's cool enough to have the only birthday out of any of our listeners, no other birthdays than Miles Bell. He deserves his own special day. So happy 21st birthday to Miles Bell today.
Now, does he give us presents, or are we supposed to give him presents?
I think when you turn 21, he gives us the presents.
Yeah, because
legal adult now in all facets, all shapes and forms. He's 21.
I would like to have a present, just anyone that you pick.
Yeah, Miles, I'll trust your judgment. Whatever you pick out for me, I know I'm going to like it, Miles.
Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
James, in the world of gardening, what's going on with you?
Ooh, I don't know if I can follow that one. That's right. The price of pumpkins have gone up. I was looking at the news. First thing I seen this morning was pumpkins last year was $4 and some change. Now they're $5.63, so they've gone up $1. So next year, you may have to put that on your list to grow your own pumpkins because, Halloween decorations, I think it's like just in decorations alone last year, they spent $43 billion. And just decorations.
Is that because there's like a nice rise of like the blow up stuff, and there's like the 40-foot skeleton that was
you can buy at Best Buy.
Yeah, that was huge in like last year.
Yeah. So Halloween is another big event of the year, and like I said, people are out there buying decorations. But if you want pumpkins, like I say, this year add $1 to it, and or next year, or let's put it this way: if you buy one, save those seeds from this year's pumpkins. Ooh. So this way you don't have to spend that extra $1 next year.
If I get the because you got the orange pumpkins and then you got the white pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
So if I save the seeds from the white pumpkins, am I guaranteed white pumpkins, or is that just like a weird phenomenon that happens?
No, that's a white pumpkin. Like I said, because Rick was asking me, he said, well, what about those giant pumpkins and things like that? Well, if you do a Google search on giant pumpkin seeds, there's somebody out there selling them. If you want a white pumpkin, there's white pumpkins or blue and all the different colors, the reds.
There's blue pumpkins?
Yeah, there's red and several different colors out there. So
you can get a blue pumpkin?
Well, hey.
Sure you can. You buy an orange pumpkin, you paint it blue.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's
or
the
you can buy a white pumpkin.
Not that hard.
Yeah. Oh, well, fine. All right. I didn't know
but so like I said, next year, like I said, start thinking about, your own pumpkins and growing them. And you can grow a pumpkin out of anything. Pots, cans, whatever you find. But just be sure that you have enough space to do it because there's going to be plenty.
Yeah, they like to spread out, don't they?
Because one seed will probably give you, 5, 6, 7 pumpkins, so you're going to need space.
I think next year I will grow us all some pumpkins.
Hey, do that.
Do it.
Will that work?
Yeah. Yeah. We can have a pumpkin carving contest right here.
Right here. We can do that. Yes, sir.
On the show.
We're going to have EMS stop by just in case.
Yeah, that's true. Can your brother be on standby?
Yeah. I think
sharp knives on the air.
That's right.
Never a good combination.
Right.
Gardening with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on the Joe Show on WHIR. Speaking of Halloween, if you're already stocked up on Halloween candy, you're playing a dangerous game, my friend. But according to the National Confectioners Association, close to 1 in 5 Americans who plan to buy candy already have or will by the end of this week. I can't buy candy too early.
Yeah, neither can I.
Because it's not going to make it to Halloween.
Right.
So I'm saying you're playing a dangerous game if you buy candy too early.
Right.
18% said they usually buy it in September or earlier. 65% will buy it the first few weeks of October. 12% will wait to the last minute. That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go like the week of Halloween.
Right.
Now, that might even be too early. Maybe like 2 days before Halloween, and then like put it in the top of the kitchen pantry so Jack and Rayleigh can't see it. Right. That's the only way the candy will stay protected. 3 in 4 Americans plan to celebrate. 93% plan to celebrate with candy by eating it or handing it out. 93%.
By celebrating it, by eating it.
By eating, yes. How do you celebrate Halloween? By eating all the candy I bought.
Yeah, sitting on the front porch, and, kids come up, hey,
like, no,
this is mine.
Scram, you stinking kid, this is mine.
Right. This is my candy.
Get out of here.
You guys go next door. He got plenty.
Say, oogie boogie.
97% of people who welcome trick-or-treaters will hand out candy this year. The other 3% are the ones who get their houses egged. Hand out things like raisins and toothbrushes. Imagine going to somebody's house and they giving you a box of raisins.
We used to have a lady, because I used to live in a neighborhood in Junction, and there was a lady that gave out like cans of soda, and it was awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd take that.
There was another guy who gave out pennies.
No.
Pennies.
Pennies, yeah.
No.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I walked all the way over here for a penny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, he would give you like a handful, but it was like,
okay.
like he wouldn't
Back
just
in
give
my
you.
day, this would buy you a licorice
Yeah,
stick.
exactly. Yeah.
That's right.
Go buy you some sassafras.
Right.
Now, the top types of candy we're looking forward to are chocolate, gummy candy, and candy corn. The most popular way to eat candy corn is the whole piece all at once.
Is not
to throw it in the
just
garbage
to
and
not.
set the garbage on fire is the best way to eat candy corn.
I think they've only made one batch of candy corn ever. Then they just keep recycling.
Yes,
it. They just keep
and what they do is they take all the candles that haven't been burned and they melt them together, all the orange, yellow, and white candles, and that's how they make candy corn.
Like,
that's what it is. I mean, it's just a candle.
That's all.
And you're chewing on it.
Yeah, I bet you could light it on fire.
You
right.
could. Yeah, I'm sure there's enough. Yeah.
So there you go. Surprising number of us, though, have already bought Halloween candy. So if you are one of those that have bought it already and then have been restrained enough to not be able to eat it, you are the ones that deserve the award because that's some serious self-control.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
I think that's the most misleading candy because it neither tastes like candy nor corn.
Right.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
The best part, one of the best parts about being a dad is that when the kids go to bed, the dad tax. When the kids go to bed, I have to make sure that the candy's not poison, son.
Right.
All the ones that are orange that say Reese on the top of it, those are dangerous.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, Jack's picked up on my games. Rayleigh's only 3, so she won't understand.
So she hasn't got it yet.
And they don't. And Rayleigh's just like, she doesn't care what type of candy it is. She loves candy. If it's a sucker, she doesn't care. So like, if she doesn't care, then why should she be able to eat the Reese's?
That's
She
true.
doesn't care what type of candy it is. At least give it to someone who appreciates
it. It don't matter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to her.
And the pumpkins are by far it's better than the regular Reese cups because the chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
We talked about this yesterday with Ben.
Oh, yeah?
Durant.
Yeah.
There's more peanut butter in the pumpkins and stuff.
Yeah,
so the
the
chocolate
ratio
peanut butter ratio is more peanut butter.
And plus, I think they just put the next wrapper on it. So I think Christmas is after that. It's still the same shape. That's the thing.
Just one Forbes blob that they put in there. Well, this kind of looks like a Christmas tree, I think, but it tastes good.
And then you got the eggs that come in Easter, and it's like it's just the same machine.
This is the same exact thing.
Different wrapper.
This is the Reese football that we had last year. They just put it in an egg wrapper.
That's it. But I'll still eat it.
That's right.
It's 8:56 in the morning. Appreciate James being on here. We got Dusty coming up with a Kentucky music preview right after our top hour news on WHIR Danville.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-53-BIBLE. That's 844-53-BIBLE. 844-53-BIBLE.
The great folks with Bluegrass Biomedical and Bluegrass IT Services here in Danville are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifices you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return. We honor those who have given their lives to fight terrorism. They are America's true heroes. This military tribute message is from Bluegrass Biomedical and Bluegrass IT Services right here in Danville.
Hello? Guess who went out last night? I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner, and I sure hope it had a good time, because I sure didn't.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air, local. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
Hi, Cliff Ed Irvin again. The youth are indeed our future. We are proud to support our young people in sports, school, church, and other activities. Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers, we understand the importance of a home buying or selling decision. We greatly appreciate and support those who make this community our home as well. No one sells it better. Irvin Group, supporting the Golden Lions in your community for over 50 years.
The Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers, no one sells it better.
Hey, grab a buddy and head on over to Bright Leaf Golf Resort.
Local special of 27 holes with cart for $35 per person.
Also remember the 19th hole restaurant is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Give them a call at 734-5481 to reserve a tee time.
That's 734-5481.
Bright Leaf Golf Resort.
While you are out, stop in and take a look at one of their remodeled hotel rooms. Keep them in mind when friends and family are in town.
In Harrodsburg on Highway 127.
Stop in the pro shop to take advantage of their local specials.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
All right, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Our news is coming your way. Remember, breakfast matching game with Wendy's. It's wendysbreakfastmatchinggame.com. Get on there. If you match any three of the same breakfast tiles at any point in the week, you win free breakfast for a year. Whoa, what a prize by Wendy's. This is going on through Monday, October the 9th. wendysbreakfastmatchinggame.com. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
It's 9 o'clock. News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Hurricane Ian is pounding Cuba with sustained winds of 125 miles an hour on its way to the Florida Gulf Coast. Hurricane warnings are out for a long stretch of Florida's western coast, including Tampa Bay, which is also under a storm surge warning. NBC's Ellison Barber is in Tampa.
A lot of people buying generators, a lot of people stocking up on cases of water and other necessity. This is Florida, so a lot of people will tell you they are used to this sort of thing. They know how to prepare, and they're doing what they can to get ready now.
Tropical storm warnings are in effect for the lower Florida Keys from 7 Mile Bridge out to Key West. Cities under a tropical storm watch include Deerfield Beach and Jupiter Inlet. President Biden is pushing big corporations to do their part by lowering prices during a White House meeting with his competition counsel Monday. The president called on the companies running gas stations, banks, and cell phone services to lower costs for consumers.
Do it now. Do it now. Not a month from now. Do it now. And it's going to save people a lot of money.
He highlighted the recent drop in oil prices and the drops in prices at the pump that should follow. Biden also made a proposal to implement new rules to bolster passenger protections for airline travel. NASA successfully crashed a spacecraft into an asteroid millions of miles away from Earth.
And we have impact a tragedy for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
It was a test of our so-called interplanetary defense system called DART, or Double Asteroid Redirect.
So just say Miles Bell. Go ahead.
Miles Bell.
methamphetamine, marijuana, and prescription pills, as well as a handgun and a large amount of cash. Cisco was hit with multiple charges and was lodged in the Russell County Jail. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Central Kentucky Mulch and Stone, your landscaping supplier for designer and construction gravel, cut stones, color mulches, straw blankets, and landscape fabric. They're on Daveco Drive off the Danville Bypass. They're just south of Stewart Powell Ford, and they're online, ckymulchandstone.com. Sunshine, a high up of 70, a low tonight 38. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 65. Thursday, sunshine and a high of 68. Right now it's 9:11 in the morning, and we have got the birthday boy on the telephone, Miles Bell. Good morning, Miles. How are you?
Good, and it's not Friday, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. Yes. No, you're calling in, and it's Tuesday, but it's the best Tuesday of the year, Miles, because it's your birthday. You're 21 years old today. So, Miles, how are you going to celebrate your birthday? What's on your schedule for today?
We're gonna go. Me and Mommy are gonna go out and eat.
Cool. Where are you going to go eat at?
Cheddar.
Cheddars. Ooh, there you go. I like cheddars. What do you get there, Miles?
Buffalo chicken.
Oh, buffalo chicken wrap.
Solid.
That's a solid choice, Miles. They also have a great appetizer. Their bacon cheese fries as an appetizer with some ranch and dipping it in the ranch. Oh, that's a killer right there, Miles.
Okay.
Yeah, so try that out. 21. Go ahead.
I get the tenders.
Oh, the tenders. Okay. The tenders.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good choice, though, too. Hey, Miles, so you're 21 years old. I saw your cake. Your cake looks awesome. Have you dove into the cake yet?
Yeah.
You have? Is it good?
It is good. We had the party with family on Saturday.
Okay, that makes sense. You got to make sure the family can come in, and Saturday works well. Well, Miles, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and Dusty, who is well known for his happy birthday songs, has put together a happy birthday song for you, Miles. So we're going to play it for you right now, okay?
Okay.
So this one goes out to Miles Bell on his 21st birthday. Here we go.
Happy birthday to Miles Bell. Happy birthday to Miles Bell. Happy birthday, Miles Bell. Happy birthday, Miles Bell.
There you go, Miles. You got a birthday song from Dusty, and you're 21 years old today, buddy. We love it.
Yeah.
There you go. Miles, appreciate you calling in. You have a great birthday, and I'm glad that you're tuning into the show and celebrating your birthday listening to the radio this morning, okay?
Yeah, I do every day. I don't know why my birthday would be any different.
Well,
it'd be on Saturday.
Yes, there it is, yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm on your birthday so we could sing that song for you, and it happened on Tuesday as well when Dusty was able to come in and sing for you. So we appreciate you tuning in, Miles. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah, and congrats on your commercial.
Thank you, Miles. Appreciate that. Thank you a lot for that. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Miles Bell. There you go, Dusty. He liked your birthday song.
Well, I'm very good. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Miles.
appreciate that. Dusty works really hard on those songs.
Put a lot of energy into it.
You should see him before he comes on the air. He's like gargling salt water and going over the vocal cords and all that, the vocal progression.
Me.
So it takes him a lot of hard work to do that.
You got to warm up.
Yeah. Dusty, what's going on in the music world this week?
Well, let's see. We got a lot of nice stuff going on. Of course, I think the marathon of music festivals there in Louisville is over. That was like 4 days of Bourbon and Beyond, then 4 days the following week of Louder Than Life.
Yep.
But then now we've kind of settled back down, and you get kind of these local festivals going on. But you're going to have, at the Virginia Theater down there in Somerset, you're going to have Justin Wells come up. He's going to be playing this Friday. You got Greg Warren is going to be on Comedy Off Broadway. So if you're not just a live performance, if you want to go see a comedian, Comedy Off Broadway is a nice venue there. And then you got the Ronnie Millsap, the duets, is going to be at Renfro Valley.
Cool.
If you want to go, I think, is Ronnie Millsap still alive?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Ronnie Millsap's still alive. He was at EKU Center for the Arts maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I wanted to go see him. It was on a Saturday, and I had tickets to it.
Okay.
But I ended up not feeling well that day or something, so we gave the tickets away.
Sure. You realize that you had to drive to Richmond. And you're
35 minutes to Richmond.
Oh, what am I going to do then?
Yeah, so he's going to be where now?
He is going to be at Renfro Valley if you want to go see him, and it's the duets, and so I imagine he's going to have some people traveling with him.
Yeah.
Then you got Rags and Richens will be at the Milestone Festival on October 1st, and then we also have Bobby Cool coming in Saturday, October 1st, which I believe is this Saturday, correct?
Mm-hmm. October the 1st is Saturday.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, where's everything going? Like, it's just so fast now. Yeah. It's crazy. Homegrown Headband will be at the Grasstober Festival.
Okay.
Which Grasstober Festival is in Winchester, off of Broadway. So if you want to go to Grasstober, everybody has like some weird Oktoberfest, and they just like to put Tober at the end of it.
Yeah.
And then also the Millstone Festival, if you want to go check that out in Richmond. Grayson Jenkins will be there along with some other people. And then the guy that we're previewing today is Alex Williams. He is an Indiana singer-songwriter.
Okay.
Well, I would say singer-songwriter. Well, I guess he is a singer and he writes songs, but his style is more of the it sounds like Southern rock to me, like that, like the outlaw country, like Texas dirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but he's going to be playing at the Nook this weekend on October 1st. I will be at the very end of the Bourbon. What is that? Bourbon
Chase.
Bourbon Chase. I'll be at the very end.
You're at like in downtown Lexington,
yes,
right? Playing music and stuff.
Well,
when they finish.
Yeah. And I'll be running the sound for Vinyl Richie.
Okay.
They're going to be playing down there for the 3rd or 4th year since they had it. And
it seems like a pretty big gig.
It's it's an interesting one because there's people and it waxes and wanes, right? Like there'll be a bunch of people and then they'll kind of go, but like for the past 2 times we've done it, I have forgotten to pack a hoodie or anything to bundle up, and it's just a cold wind that comes right off and hits those buildings and just swirls around. And it's Triangle Park, I think is where we're at.
Yeah,
and right there in front of Rupp Arena.
Yes, yeah. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Right, and so but it's sometimes it's very cold, and then later into the night, if you get done running that giant race. It's like they get later on to the night, and there's just the homeless people hanging out, and we're just playing for them.
You're playing a concert for the homeless people.
Yeah.
Well, this city sure is friendly to us.
Yeah.
Usually they tell us don't sleep on the park benches. They're throwing a concert
for us. And usually that provides some great entertainment by the end of the night, just because they like to get wild. But other than that, yeah, it's an all right. I think they play for 4 hours too. So, but my excitement is that UK this year is at noon.
Yes,
so
they play 12 noon.
Yeah, so I'll get to watch that game and listen to it during setup, because we have to set up early on in the day, do a sound check. It's a whole event that because it's a nice big setup, and Marianne may have not rented out that stuff to somebody else, so I might have to rethink what's going on.
Okay.
So you might just see a hodgepodge of things whenever you come, but it'll be fun. I'm sure you could just go and enjoy the music if you want. I'm sure the Bourbon Chase people don't mind. Just go down there, and there's bourbon everywhere. You get tickets, and that's one way to keep yourself warm is by trying out all that. Last year, the last time we did it, because I think we did it pre-COVID, it got really cold, and I went to check out some hoodies that people a vendor was selling.
Yeah,
it was $80.
And you said I'd rather be cold.
Exactly.
I
just froze.
No.
I was like, you know what? I'm all right. And so
suddenly it's not that cold anymore out here.
Yeah, I went and we had more free bourbon tickets. I was like, I was warm myself up.
This will warm me up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I got 4 hours before I got to go. We'll be all right.
So you got Alex Williams today, though, in the Kentucky Music Preview Spotlight. He'll be at the Nook on Saturday.
On this Saturday,
okay.
Correct. Now, despite his song that we're previewing called No Reservations, you might want to make reservations at the Nook.
Okay.
Just in case, because it gets packed pretty quick there.
That's good.
Yeah. Which is nice. So check out Alex Williams after the break.
Yes, got a quick break coming up.
Sweet.
Then we'll play some Alex Williams right after this on the Joe Show on Kentucky Music Preview Tuesday.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread or Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 2 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every every person and family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty and 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
Hello, Central Kentucky. My name is Alan Martin, loan officer at Whitaker Bank. As a lifelong Danville native, I'm excited to be able to help neighbors like yourself find financial options to fit your family. If you'd like to see what we can do for you, give me a call today at 859-236-9822. That's 859-236-9822. Or even better, stop in and see me at 218 West Main here in downtown Danville. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hello?
Guess who went out last night?
You went out last night?
Well, I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965. 336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our NutriGold line of certified, clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. NutriGold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and More, more than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646 and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
It's 9:23 in the morning. Little Robbie Millsap, since you were talking about.
Yeah, he's going to be at Renfro Valley.
Smoky Mountain Rain.
That'd be a good time.
Be good. At the Nook on Saturday, it's going to be Alex Williams.
Yes, coming in from Indiana. So if you like that Texas dirt kind of outlaw country, you're going to really enjoy him. He sounds like a great time. So check him out at the Nook this Saturday.
The song is called No Reservations.
Ain't taking no IOUs, ain't taking no paid vacation, got too many other things to do. Ain't looking for any trouble, but I ain't turning any trouble down. Broke down flat south of Sioux City, gonna call a tailwind Montana bound. Sure been nice to meet you, but I'm good and gone. This is kind of living that just keeps me strong. It doesn't make a lonesome wrong. It doesn't make a lonesome wrong. I ain't taking no invitations, ain't too fond of fitting in. I don't blame your hesitation, taking me places you've never been. Can't swim both sides of the
Alex Williams and No Reservations.
Yeah, going to be playing at the Nook this Saturday here in Danville. If you want to go check him out, that sounds like a fun time. like that nice. You see what I'm saying? Like that outlaw country. Like it's not.
Yeah.
This is not what you hear in 98.1 The Bull.
Yeah, like when someone says the word country, you think of the stuff that you hear on, the
Bull,
pop country type stuff. But this is country, but it's not modern day country type stuff.
Correct. Yeah. And if you're also looking for another artist here playing locally, you can check out Sparky Green. He's going to be playing at Gypsy Run Brewery this Friday. But I, again, will not be there. I think my wife is going to a coworker's birthday party, and so I got to be a dad and make sure the kids don't get wild.
Okay, so what now? So who's going to
my wife? My wife is going to like a birthday party.
Okay, so you have to stay home with the kids.
Correct.
Okay.
Because I wasn't invited to the birthday party.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all right.
Was everybody else's spouses invited?
I have no idea.
If so, that's a true reflection of how they feel about you. I don't even know if I'd ask Monica if everybody else was invited. I don't know if I want to know that.
No, I'm just gonna. She's gonna have a good time, and then I'm gonna watch the kids, and so we're all good. Yeah. But I was just like, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
There you go, Dusty with the Kentucky Music Preview.
Yeah.
All right, Dusty, here's a fun question for you. Even if you're not a baseball fan, Yankees slugger Aaron Judge has been chasing Roger Maris's American League record of 61 home runs, and Albert Pujols on Friday hit his 700th of his career.
Oh, wow.
So a couple of milestone home runs. So if you were just at a game, Dusty, let's say you go to a game, and it happens to be the game Friday in Los Angeles where Pujols hits his 700th home run, and you caught the home run ball.
Okay.
What would you do with that ball?
I would sell it immediately.
Okay, so here's the options. You can keep it, you can sell it, or you can be a good fan and give it back to the person who hit it because they're the ones who accomplished this big feat.
Yeah, I mean, because what is it? You don't want, because the issue is there are more baseball games to come, right?
Yeah.
So I want to, even though 700 is kind of a big deal.
Fourth player in the history of the game to hit 700.
Yeah, but do you want the 700 or do you want the 701?
His last ever home run or whatever it may be.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's why I would sell it immediately because there's still more games to play, so the likelihood is he's going to hit another one and thus devaluing that 700.
So here's the question. A writer for Yahoo Sports, the reason we're asking this, did a big article because last week when Aaron Judge hit his 60th home run, a Yankees fan caught the ball and gave it back to Aaron Judge.
Oh, well, that was nice.
He got some cool stuff like an autographed bat, things like that, but he could have sold the ball, according to an auction website, for about $100,000.
I see. I take it.
The article talks about how fans get shamed if they decide to keep a ball like that, and that's exactly what happened when Albert Pujols hit his 700th home run on Friday. The guy who caught it left the stadium with it. So the question is, who made the right call? It depends on how much your die-hard fandom is worth to you. But one line from the article was interesting, quote, "In no other circumstance as an American who legally and rightfully stumbles upon a six-figure plus payday is that person expected to just give it up."
That's true.
If Judge does get to 62 home runs, which would break the American League record, a lot of experts think the ball could be well worth over $1 million.
Right.
Whoever catches the 62nd home run. So it's not fair to the person who catches it to think they should just give it back when they've got a ball that's worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Especially considering they paid to be there. They paid the price to get in. They paid for concessions. They paid for admission.
How
they
do
paid
they
for
know,
parking.
Though? That's the other thing.
How do they know what?
How do they know it's the ball?
Oh, so before you leave, if you catch a ball, they can authenticate it for you there at the stadium. So the guy who caught Albert Pujols' 700th home run ball immediately left the stadium.
So he
with security, they authenticated the ball, so they know that this is Pujols' 700th home run.
Because they see him catch it.
Yes.
And
security's going to swarm him, and they know that this is the guy who caught it. So he still has Pujols' 700th home run ball. He says he's trying to decide what he wants to do with it. Does he want to sell it? Does he want to keep it? It's his ball. He caught it.
So wait, is he a fan? Like of that team?
I think he's a fan of the Dodgers. It happened in L.A.
Okay.
So he's a Dodgers fan.
Gotcha.
Pujols plays for the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. So he caught it. But remember, if you go to a game and a foul ball is hit to you and you catch it, it's your foul ball. In no way, shape, or form are you expected to give that foul ball back on the major league level. So it's his.
Same as home runs.
He can do whatever he wants to with it. So the question is, what would you do with it if you caught it?
Oh, I'm totally selling it.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I'm taking
It's
them
mine.
out. Yeah.
So if it's mine, then I can do whatever I want to with it. If I want to sell it, then I'm going to sell it.
Because if Pujols or whoever wants it, or Judd, if he wants it back,
they can buy it from you.
He can afford it.
Yes.
He could totally afford it.
That's exactly right.
Right. And I might even give him a discount.
Yeah, you're Albert Pujols. I'll give you a 30% discount. $1 million, make it $700,000.
I'll be
happy. You can write me
that.
a check right now for $700,000. This ball is yours.
Yep.
There
Absolutely.
you go. We figured it out for him. They should just listen to the Joe Show. They'd have their whole life straightened out.
Figure things out here.
We're good on this
right?
show. We talk through problems. We figure it out most of the time. What we've come to a conclusion is probably wrong, but at least we figured out some sort of answer.
Opposite of that, yeah.
And you could do what you think is right. Do the opposite of what me and Dusty say to do, and then maybe your life is going to be all peaches and cream. I don't know.
Peaches and cream.
It's 9:31 in the morning. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, we have Ann Yeager or Mary Stith Hamlin from Stith Funeral Home and a talk of a lifetime. Dusty, I've been trying to tell people Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com.
Yeah, did I win today?
What do you mean, did you win? You have to check your own phone.
Oh, it's okay.
I can't check for you. You're the one playing.
Sorry, I got confused on the rules.
Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. Get on the website, register to win. A game board's going to pop up there on your phone or computer.
You know how big I will be if I win free breakfast from Wendy's for a year?
I did.
But you run, and you're fit, Joe.
2 weeks ago, I won free Wendy's breakfast for a year. And guess how much effort I put into this thing?
2 clicks.
Yeah, 2 clicks.
Yeah.
Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. Click, and then clicking on the game board to see what tiles overturned. They sent me an email.
As its first black woman as a Commonwealth's attorney, Governor Andy Beshear yesterday announcing Kimberly Baird serving as the role in Fayette County. Baird will take over the position on Saturday. She replaces her predecessor, Luana Redcorn, who is retiring. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The WHBN weather forecast is brought to you by Big Deals Online Store. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big discounts. Save 20 to 30 to 50% every day at hometownlive.net.
Sunny today with a high of 69. Clear tonight and a low of 38. Patchy frost in the morning, burning off to sunny skies. High of 65. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, low of 42. Sunny on Thursday with a high of 68. Wind gust to 20 miles an hour. Right now, under sunny skies, we have 52 degrees in Harrodsburg at 9:32 and a half.
The WHBN Swap Shop, a free service for our listeners to buy, sell, trade, give away items, announce yard sales, and post lost and found. The Swap Shop is brought to you by
County Equipment of Lawrenceburg, CountyEquipment.com. Hensley's Heating and Air, 859-336-3965, 859-336-3965.
Here's how the Swap Shop works. Call your items to 859-734-4321. Email us, radio@hometownlive.net, or drop us a line in the mail to 2063 Shakertown Road, Danville, Kentucky, 40422. The Swap Shop is heard most weekday mornings after the 9:30 news, and weekday afternoons after the 3 o'clock news on WHBN 99.5 FM and AM 1420, and online at hometownlive.net.
Get your pens, pencils, crayons, chalk, lipstick, highlighters, whatever you need to write with, kids. These bargains will astound you on the Swap Shop. They want to do caregiving for the sick or elderly in Harrodsburg or Danville, 35-year CNA experience, 859-242-9507, 242-9507. Lady in a nursing home would like for someone to give her a sewing kit and some supplies. 859-734-7791, 734-7791. He wants to buy kids' Power Wheels. 859-265-0781, 265-0781. Big rolled bales of hay. 59-366-5690, 366-5690. Metal trailer for sale, $225. They also do odd jobs for you. 859-324-1847, 324-1847. Has for sale brand new iPad Pro, 11-inch, brand new. It was $800, asking $650. Never been opened. 859-613-5577, 613-5577. 3 wheelchairs for sale, $50 each, 2 heavy, 1 light. 859-247-0988, 247-0988. Guy's purchased a building with lots of stuff inside. It all needs to go. He'll sell it cheap. 103 Forkland Road, also known as White Oak Road, Highway 37. Before 7 p.m., call 859-854-0478, 854-0478. Part 2 after these messages of interest for you.
Are you looking for some bolts, belts, bearings, hydro hoses, or steel? Need some custom farm equipment welded? Stop by the new County Equipment in Lawrenceburg. On Sales Road next to Wild Turkey, County Equipment East is a one-of-a-kind in farm equipment and repair. If you can't find what you're looking for here, it doesn't exist. They even got farm toys for the little buckaroos and every shape and size, types of screws. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. The new County Equipment East. Check us out on Facebook, CountyEquipmentEast.com. If you can't find what you're looking for here, you don't need it.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Stevenson. Is your air conditioner running?
Why, yes. Thanks to Hensley's Heating and Air, my air conditioner is running great, and I've had no more problems with it.
Hensley's Heating and Air is your local source for HVAC service, so that means timely work completion and neighbors you can trust. Hensley's Heating and Air is locally owned with experienced and certified technicians to get the job done right every time. Hensley's Heating and Air, local, quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
All right, kids, we're back with part 2 of the swap shop. They want to do grass cutting. 859-612-9410, 612-9410. For sale, 21-inch toy-built push mower, $30. 859-209-1220, 209-1220. Live rabbits for sale. 859-265-1020, 265-1020. For sale, 5 front porch rocking chairs, $25 each. 859-613-3446, 613-3446. They want to give away a 1976 Ford pickup. Doesn't run, could be worked on. For sale, wood lathe, $100. 859-325-1200, 325-1200. For sale, a 2006 Volkswagen Beetle Blue Diesel 2000 needs a starter. 859-613-8312, 613-8312. Cub Cadet 46-inch for sale, $500. 859-325-0063, 325-0063. For sale, 2004 Nissan Maxima, $250. 2005 transmission for $400, roll top desk for $100. 859-613-2431, 613-2431. For sale, house in Rainey Estates, no price, no information. 859-613-3663, 613-3663. 2-ton car jacks, new, $20. Aluminum ladders, got several of them for sale. 859-748-5339, 748-5339. You can hear the Swap Shop most weekday mornings after the 9:30 news and every weekday afternoon after the 3 o'clock news right here on 99.5
The WHBN Swap
WHBN,
Shop,
the Rooster.
a free service for our listeners to buy, sell, trade, give away items, announce yard sales, and post lost and found. The Swap Shop is brought to you by
County Equipment of Lawrenceburg, CountyEquipment.com, and Hensley's Heating and Air, 859-336-3965, 336-3965.
Here's how the Swap Shop works. Call your items to 859-734-4321. Email us, radio@hometownlive.net, or drop us a line in the mail to 2063 Shakertown Road, Danville, Kentucky, 40422. The Swap Shop is heard most weekday mornings after the 9:30 news, and weekday afternoons after the 3 o'clock news on WHBN 99.5 FM and AM 1420, and online at hometownlive.net.
What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to listen to Radio Rick in the morning on WHBN. That's the Rooster.
If she's guilty, so am I. If she's forgotten how to cry, she gets lonely, don't know why. If she's guilty, so am I. If she's changed, I'll take the blame. If somehow she's not the same, if there's a distant look in her eye, and she's lost the will to try, if she seems bitter of other days, seems to have lost her Baptist ways, if the truth comes harder than a lie, if she's guilty, so am I. If she's guilty, so am I. If she's forgotten how to cry, she gets lonely, don't know why. If
acting, how to cry. She gets lonely, don't know why. If she's guilty, so am I. If she's guilty, so am I. If she's forgotten how to cry, she gets lonely, don't know why. If she's guilty, so am I. 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 If she's guilty, so am I.
Buried or cremated. We do memorial slideshows for probably 75% to 80% of our services.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of those things. So there are other, and like there's a calligrapher here in town or a hand letterer that I'm always hitting up to do stuff for me. I used a drone photographer not long ago on one of my funerals. I use photographers regularly on my funerals. Yeah, because if I don't take pictures of it, you don't see it.
Yeah.
And we do all this stuff to celebrate this person. For the family, it's important to have pictures.
Yeah, it's be there and gone that day, and they don't have any pictures to remember it by.
Right,
Yeah.
and then when you're setting up something crazy like, hey, can we put sports cars or race cars and do burnouts? If you don't catch that, you only get one shot.
Yeah, and get one shot at a burnout. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I learned a lot about burnouts at that funeral.
Yeah.
So I hired a drone photographer, and so there are all these different aspects to what I do. I just happen to do all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
And am I getting readjusted?
Yes. Trying to. Keep on talking. Here's a question.
It's distracting.
Yeah, here's a question, though.
What?
I never thought of before that the camera's going to fall. Now it's crooked.
It looks like it's pointing down at
Well,
my
if you're
feet.
watching the Facebook stream, apparently Radio Rick has clicked on my stream. And so if you...
Are you Radio Rick now?
No, Radio Rick is me.
Oh,
yes.
cute.
So, it's not even on Facebook. So Rick is in my spot on Facebook. It's whatever. Here's a question. Says, so I'm aware
Can
that...
I adjust this?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll ask the question while you adjust that. So I'm aware that there are laws that cremated remains must be ground to a uniform consistency. But is there any case where one would be allowed to receive the remains without cremulation, I guess is the word? For example, if I wanted my bones to be kept intact in what is an ossuary? I don't know what an ossuary is. Instead of ground up in an urn, is the question they have. What is an ossuary?
Okay, so, well, hold on. There's a lot to this question. I'm trying to figure out where the camera needs to go.
It's good now.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So, there's a lot to this question. Read the very first part again.
Yes, it says, so I'm aware that there are laws that cremated remains must be ground to a uniform consistency. But is there any case where one would be allowed to receive the remains without cremulation? I don't know if that's a word or not, but that's how they said it.
Okay, so cremulation's not a word.
Is there a law that...
No, there's not a law that I'm aware of. I'm not a crematory operator. My funeral home does own a portion of a crematory. We have a co-op for funeral homes. So we all own our crematory together. Us and about 15 others. So, there's not a law as to what has to be. And an ossuary is a room. So, an ossuary is a room where bones would be kept. But do you remember the show Bones, the TV show, where she she was a CSI. She was a forensic anthropologist.
Yeah.
And she had a room, and it was full of bones, like glass or plastic shelves that had people's bones in them. That would be an ossuary.
Okay.
So you don't actually see one of those outside of an anthropology lab.
Okay. So you can't just have someone's bones in your house.
I mean, that's a hard question. I mean, technically you kind of can, because ashes are bone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ashes aren't like ashes in your fire pit or in your ashtray. They're not like that. Ashes are bone. a person's body, when they're cremated, burns down to bone. The color of the ashes or bones, and it's not like that when. So I know you all are picturing like whole pieces of bone. It's not like that at all. They break into pieces as they are burned, and all different sizes and shapes. Okay. And it is completely dependent on someone's bone density. So if you cremate both Joe and I at the same time, so I'm about twice Joe's size, physically wise, and you cremate both of us at the same time, and you will not get the same amount of ashes from the two of us, because it depends on which one of us has the stronger bones, has the more dense bones. I know because I've had my bone density tested. Because as you get older and you're a woman, you have osteoporosis and all of this stuff. And knock on wood, I've never broken a bone in my life other than my vertebrae.
I haven't either, actually.
Really?
Yeah, never broken a bone.
So we might actually be close if we both have really dense bones on how much, except that I have more adipose tissue. That's fat. And so I might burn hotter than you would burn.
So that would cause the color to be different then?
No, that would cause less bone if it burned hotter.
Okay, all right.
Does that make sense?
But
depending on what kind of medications and things like that we've taken, then that would decide what color our ashes are.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you cremate a body, then
when you cremate a person,
yes, the ashes that are left over,
it's bone.
It's bone.
It's bone.
Is that all of their bone, or is that just some of it? I mean, would you put?
It's what's left. So a retort when you cremate someone is 1,600 degrees. So it depends. It just depends on how hot, how much bone is left, and how much is left after that, after 1,600 degrees.
Okay.
For however many hours. Okay.
Yeah.
And that goes by body weight. And they used to kind of have to guess and just leave you in. And now it's all calculated. There's a computer we punch you into. We punch your body weight. We actually have a rolling hydraulic. It goes up and down. Dolly. So when I pull the box that you're in, and by law in the state of Kentucky, you have to be in something to go to the crematory. I can't throw you over my shoulder and take you. I can't take you in a body bag. You have to go in a box.
Okay.
There's a minimum requirement. Okay. So say you're in the minimum box, and I pull you out. So your body's in that, and I pull the box out of the back of my hearse, because everybody goes in a hearse if you're at my funeral home, and it rolls onto the big dolly. The big dolly then weighs you and takes into account for the container you're in, because we put all that in the computer. And then it decides how long the retort is going to have to run at 1,600 degrees. It's got the big equation already in the computer so that brains don't have to think about it.
Computers are smarter than us, aren't they?
No math for this one.
Yes.
And then it decides how long the retort is going to have to run to cremate your body. That's where you get all varying left of bone, because it can account for your weight, but that still doesn't necessarily explain your bone density.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So the amount of ashes I get back, for those of you online, are about this big. Okay. That's about what the bag is. The bag is in a box, which is in a box. So there's no Big Lebowski moments. But I can't, but it might be more and it might be less. So our boxes are a standard size, but the bag inside might be bigger or smaller. And the color, that generally always has to do with the chemical composition of your body. So if you've had chemotherapy, if you've been on medication, any of the things that you come in contact with, I'm very curious. It's something that I've never known the answer to, but I'm very curious what type of contaminants in our air, water, and soil also have an effect on that. I bet you don't really think about that, do you?
Well, the only reason I would think about that is because I remember asking my dad one time, why do people in the Old Testament live so long? You know, like Methuselah lived to be like 700 and whatever years.
Right.
900 some years. And he was like, well, think about the earth being created. There's no contaminants on it, right? There's no
I know, that
big
makes perfect
factories.
sense,
There's
doesn't
no
it?
radiation.
Yeah.
There's nothing except just the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. But it makes sense why that would maybe cause an effect on the color of people's bones after they've been
If you've
cremated.
been exposed to something over and over and over and over again, over however many years of your life, whether it be chemical or in the water, in the air.
Where you work, where you live, you don't know if you're breathing in mold or where you're at.
That's why when
all that
people
plays
ask
effect
me
on it.
what color are ashes, I'm like, I've literally had them be a myriad of colors, from white to black.
Wow.
And yellow, green, kind of a tingy bluish color. You name it. I have no control over that. I mean, unless maybe I put some dye in it.
You're not picking dyes or anything out, no.
No, but that's funny because if I was going to be cremated, that's what I would do is I would make sure that the inside of my box was like lined with like dye packs. I wonder if they'd burn up rough. I wonder if I could dye my bones in the retort. I know that's
things funeral directors think about.
Random funeral director thoughts. Could
Yes.
I dye my bones as I'm being cremated?
As you're being cremated.
I don't know, but I could definitely get my sister. I'm not going to be cremated. I'm going to be buried beside my daughter. But my sister would completely be down with mixing some pink dye and some glitter.
Oh, I'm sure.
And with my ashes for me if I want. If I
she
wanted
talked
to be
about it, so
cremated.
let's try it out on her.
I mean, she would definitely.
They definitely would try that, right?
Yeah, my sister wants a pink casket that sparkles, so that's why I say she would definitely be down for that.
With Ann Yeager from Stith Funeral Home, a talk of a lifetime, Tuesday mornings right here on WHIR. We'll step aside, we'll come back and finish up the conversation with Ann Yeager right after this.
Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville is honored to have served this community since 1972. They're excited to announce they are offering even more $5.99 lunch specials. Choose from Lee's 2-piece breast strip, 2-piece dark chicken, chicken slider, or a barbecue chicken sandwich. All specials come with a side of your choice along with a regular drink and an apple pie or cookie. Wednesday's Customer Appreciation Day. Come on in and ask for the Wednesday special. 3 pieces of Famous Crispy or strips, 2 sides of your choice, and a hot buttermilk biscuit. All just $1.40 off the regular price. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Try one of their family meals. They come in options of 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece selections with your choice of sides. They specialize in catering, so if you need to cater a wedding, office party, funeral, birthday party, or any other special event, call them at 859-236-8777, 236-8777 for a free quote. Let them do all the work for you. They're located at 610 South 4th Street. Drive through or come on in. Lee's Famous Recipe, serving the best chicken in Danville for over 40 years.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
It's Chastity at ADA Heating and Air. Contacting us just got easier. Check us out online at adaheatingandair.com to get information on services and products we offer, schedule service, set up an estimate. You can even fill out a credit application for financing and let us know how we did with our satisfaction survey. Call us at 859-519-6382.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
Farmers National Bank has been helping local businesses since 1879. We offer checking accounts to fit your business's needs. Farmers National Bank accounts have many free services, and we can help your business save money and grow. Call us at 866-888-0220 and ask for Blake Mason, who can give you a free review. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Experience the roar of artillery, the thunder of horses racing across the battlefield, and the crash of musketry as Civil War living historians recreate the Battle of Perryville. Park manager Brian Bush says there's something for the whole family.
14 cannons signed up and hopefully 1,000 troops. So, yeah, we're going to have a whole jam-packed weekend.
The 160th anniversary of the Battle of Perryville, October 8th and 9th.
You've done the research, invested the money, and bought a new vehicle. Don't stop there. Now protect it with the Line-X bed liner and Value Guard undercoating. This is Tim with your locally owned Line-X of Danville at 935 Stanford Road. Stop by or call us at 859-209-4033 and ask how we can protect your new purchase.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
Was that on camera?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, y'all missed Joe's dance moves.
I break it down sometimes back here in studio. With Ann Yeager from Stith Funeral Home, a talk of a lifetime.
Okay, I'm getting messages from the funeral home. My sister said, I bet you could add cobalt or something to turn blue. I think you would have to have like some cobalt glass, something with a high, it would have to be something with a high burn, a high flash point.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it would actually turn the bones blue.
Or if there'd just be glass in your bones.
Right, which would be terrible.
Glass shards in your bones.
In your bone fragments. Because it's actually bone fragments is what it is. That's what ashes are bone fragments. But because it's burned, everybody considers it ash and not bone anymore.
Yeah.
So
because it's like powder,
but
right?
That's actually why you can't scatter them in public waterways.
Huh.
So there's a law. There is a law about that. You cannot scatter ashes in public waterways or on public property. And the reason is if they were to find bone fragments, bone shards, then, and if they were big, like what you're asking about, to not grind them, then that would launch a full-scale investigation if they found human bones. Like if they found human bones in Constitution Square.
Yeah.
Or
I can imagine that launching a full-scale investigation.
Or at Keeneland, or, like, I mean, technically I have people scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is actually why you want them mashed up really fine.
So
if you're going to scatter, you want them really fine.
So, so that would include Harrington Lake, right? That's a public waterway. So you can't scatter them legally in Harrington Lake. Are you all required by law to tell people that? Like when you give them that?
So I legally, when we fill out the cremation authorization, I have to ask you what you're going to do with the ashes. And then I have to tell you are legally not supposed to, you're only supposed to scatter, if you're going to scatter, only on private property and with permission of the owner.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to have the permission of the owner, too. You can't just go to private property and scatter the ashes without the permission.
Your own private property.
It's private property. You said I could scatter them on private property.
I know.
No, have to have the permission.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And actually, there are some places that are working on ways to help accommodate this, people scattering ashes versus people just sneaking them in and dumping it. Disney. Mm-hmm. Disney is one of them that was working on how to help families do this properly versus them just finding little piles of ashes scattered around the parks.
Yeah.
And because ashes, cremated remains or ashes, can also kill vegetation. So please don't go just scattering them on the ground unless you know their pH balance, unless you've tested them and you know their pH. Like pH neutral is fine, but ashes are not all. So there's this fallacy that we all believe that our bodies will just feed the earth. Not true anymore. We have put way too much fast food and all the preservatives in these bodies. We are not nutritious for this earth all the time.
Yeah.
And we need to kill all the germs and bacteria before these bodies go into the ground. Okay. So there's this fellow, people say, oh, I want to feed a tree. Well, to really feed a tree, you need to make sure that those ashes are the correct pH or that your body is the correct pH because you could kill vegetation otherwise. You could kill trees. And if you just go scattering ashes on the ground, you can kill the grass.
Yeah, kill whatever you're throwing the ash on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a problem other places that that's why I like the Arboretum and all those places. They in fact, some places now have signs that say, please do not scatter ashes. Some places will even sell you a little spot because they would rather you do that than scatter ashes randomly and kill their vegetation.
Very quickly, do you cremate animals? Have you ever had that done?
Yes.
Okay. Is their pH the same as a human?
Yes, it's just as random.
Okay.
So there's no control over what their pH is, and they will not. That's why if you've ever buried a dog in your backyard and then grass wouldn't grow there, that's why.
Huh. Because of the pH in their body.
Yes.
There you go, Ann Yeager with Stith Funeral Home.
Random useless
She
information.
knows all kinds of random useless information, but also very useful information.
I only know about death in Danville.
Yes. So give her a call, 236.
Y'all have a great day and love on your people.
2113.
Got it.
236-2113. I knew it wasn't 2070. I knew it wasn't 8888. So my third one to guess was 2113. Ann Yeager with Stith Funeral Home. Appreciate you being on.
Take care. Y'all have a great week.
There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. But a blast with you all on this Tuesday morning. And I hope I'm going to start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. That's the Joe Show on AM 1230 and 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Tuesday afternoon as Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home, and Kentucky Sports Radio is coming up next.